funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I lay in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The ring be looking like what blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Warning, the following image and or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Let's go to work, y'all. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. Let's go to work today. Let's go to work. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, how are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all having a fantastic day. Hope y'all having a fantastic week so far. Hope you are. And I do mean that, Junior. I'm not being sarcastic or anything like that. I truly hope and pray that y'all are having a fantastic week so far. I'm having a fantastic week, you know what I'm saying? But like always, you know, your boy is always busy. I'm always busy doing something, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate everybody with the one support and all the good old things. Appreciate the ones who want to check up on me as well too. Make sure I'm good and stuff, you know. I appreciate y'all on that a lot, man. I really do. I really appreciate that a whole lot. I do. I honestly do, man. I do. But yeah, we got a hell of a show tonight, man. We do. We got to talk about this, all right? We got to talk about this. See, because I kind of, you know, talked about it a little bit while I'm doing another topic, you know what I'm saying? But today, we are going to talk about this for real. We're going to dive deep into this situation for real. And we're going to address this and we're going to end this once and for all right? And so after this, after when it's all said and done, wherever, you know, people want to believe, I don't give a damn. I don't care.
That's bullshit.
I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna tackle this. We're gonna tackle this situation. We're gonna tackle this topic. I'm going to break everything down to y'all once and for all. You know where I stand on, you know, my content. Where I stand with me on putting out the content that I do, and my intentions on behind putting this content out as well too. You know, so let's get into it. Enjoying Life 20. I see you in the building. What's up with it? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes. EAE in the building as well too. What's up, bro? Oh man, you having an asthma breakout? Oh, eczema breakout. Kind of a shitty day. My own daughter, she suffered from eczema as well too, man. So speedy recovery on that as well too. You know what I'm saying? That eczema thing ain't no joke. That eczema thing is no joke. Yeah. Lionel, what's up with it, bro? Salute. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Salute. A salute to each and every last one of y'all who are in the lounge right now. Make sure y'all do your boy a favor. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, man, because it let the YouTube algorithm know that you want more of this great, wonderful content, regardless if you believe that I'm misogynist or not. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Speak what's up with it, man. Salute. Welcome. Lionel, he said, these women want to hear drama. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that about? Ain't that interesting, man? Ain't that interesting? To be honest with you, Lionel do have a point, though. You know what I'm saying? When I'm giving y'all, you know, thought-provoking content that challenge you to think, to challenge you to want to change how the way you are as an individual, regardless of your gender. Guess what? You know, a lot of people don't show up for that. You know what I'm saying? But I have noticed this with my analytics. I have noticed that less people show up for the main live, but however, more people will watch the replay, and that's facts for real. More people watch the replay. More people will watch the replay instead of the main live. But however, I also notice with my analytics is that whenever I put out content that's you know, drama or triggering or clickbait or whatever you want to call it stuff, right? That's when I get a whole lot of participation.
What?
But I'm just I just want to understand this, right? Help me to understand this. So is it true that we as a culture are just drawn to drama content? Is that what it is? I mean, is that what it is? Long as it's something negative happened to someone, as y'all see with the one title, you know what I'm saying? People calling me a misogynist and stuff, right? They're saying that I got hatred towards women, different things like that, right? And I've been boycotted as well too. What the hell?
What?
Yo, boy, boycotted like I not. I didn't think that was possible for a content creator to get boycotted on his own down content.
That's bullshit.
Wow world we live in. The wild world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just curious. So, are we drawn to this drama content? Are we drawn to? I always want to hear negative stuff, drama where it leads into beefing and different things like that. Is that where we at as a culture? Is that where we at as a society now? Is that what we want to hear? I don't know. I don't know because through my worldview, right, through my experience, we got a lot of things out there that promote this type of content for real. We really do. We have a whole lot of stuff out there where we have the reality content, deal with like love and hip hop, that deal with gossip, that deal with people fighting each other and stuff, for clicks and views and stuff, right? Then you go on to the actual YouTube itself. We have content that do the same as that thing where we're more drawn to people drama. We're more drawn to people talking about each other. We're more drawn to people doxing each other and doing all this weird bullshit that we do, right? But when it comes to thought-provoking content, oh no, that's where I draw the line, Urban. I draw the line on that. I don't want to watch your content because it's so thought-provoking. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it at all. I can't handle that. Because Urban, you're getting into my head now. You're literally dealing with me on a mental level. You're literally taking away my entertainment. You're literally challenging me to be a better person. I don't want that at all. So fuck that. We're gonna boycott Urban.
That's bullshit.
We're gonna boycott him. We're gonna boycott him. Like, I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it at all. I want to hear it out. But we here for it tonight. We're here for it tonight. I do want to address the rumors, because that's what y'all here tonight for, right? So we can address these rumors. Yes, it is rumors circulating with me. There are rumors circulating about the content that I put out and stuff, right? The major rumor that has been circulating is that I have a hatred for women. That I have a hatred for women. Like, damn.
What?
I literally have a hatred for women. Blew my mind that I have a hatred for women. Who's boycotting you, Urban? Who's boycotting you? Speak. Wouldn't you like to know who's boycotting your boy? Wouldn't you like to know, man? But there are people out there that believe that by them allegedly boycotting me that is going to stop my content. Obviously, it's not. But they honestly believe that it is, that is going to stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to stop me from speaking my truth. And once again, there are content creators out there right now that, they get away with speaking their truth. They do. They get away with speaking their truth. Like I stated earlier, with them speaking their truth, they be going around and creating drama. They be coming around and, hopping on panels. They be going around doxing each other. You know what I'm saying? Doing all kind of weird stuff. I did a lot of talking about this months ago where a dude pulled up at another content creator one where they was live, right, and shot them dead. See, they do things like that, but we're for that. That's perfect. But when it comes to me speaking my truth about my anecdotal experience dealing with women, oh no, we gotta boycott him. We ain't hearing that. We gotta boycott him. Oh no. Normally we got to boycott him. We're no longer going to support him because he hates women. Wow.
That's bullshit.
Wow. Do y'all see the double standards in that? Do y'all honestly see the double standards with what I'm talking about right now? Any other person right now, they can want to go on YouTube right now and they can talk about whatever the hell they want to. Hell, it's people who are literally part of cults and different things like that who are literally being radical, talking about, people of color, which is black people. You have black people talking about white people. You have white people talking about Mexicans, black talking about Mexicans, all kind of stuff that's happening on YouTube right now. You know what I'm saying? But hell, they're not being boycotted. They're not saying the hell with them. They're still watching them and still supporting it. We got content out there right now. Now, those of y'all who are not familiar with it, but there's content right now where we have women. They call it well, what they call it, they call it sexy cleaning or whatever, right? Where they literally be wearing lingerie and stuff, cleaning their house in lingerie. It's on YouTube. Check it out. It's literally on YouTube for real. Check it out. Check it out. But it's women who literally be cleaning with their lingerie on and stuff, right? For clicks and views. They get supported. They get recognized. They're not being boycotted. I have run across many different strippers as well too, who have content. Yes, strippers, literally strippers, women who are strippers, who have content. They literally go live while they at the strip club. Not them working the poles or different things like that. No, they'll go live walking around, the clubs and stuff, right? Hustling dudes for money and all this stuff there. Guess what? They're on YouTube. They're not being boycotted. They're not. They're not being boycotted at all. People are going to support that content. People are going to support that content. People say, girl, you working it. That's what they say. You working it, girl. You're a strong, independent woman. Make that money, girl. They're watching it. They're entertained by it. But when it comes back to me, oh, no. You too much. You too much, Urban. That's too much. When you sharing your anecdotal experience with your experience with dealing with modern day women, dealing with beta males, dealing with simps, that's too much to handle. And we got to boycott you because I can't handle that. I wonder why that is so. I wonder why that's so. We're going to get into it, y'all. I'm going to want to dive deep into this. Once again, salute to everyone in the building. Universal, what's up with it, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. See you, man. See you. Appreciate you. Let's see. I'm going to need for you to drop the links of these scripters so I could do some research on this terrible content. Hey, bro, I will point you in the direction for real. I ain't lying because it's out there. They literally got content out there for real, man. They literally do. They literally do. So there's the whole point that I'm making on this is that there are way worse content than what I put out there. Way worse. There are men out there who are literally all part of the patriarchal system, right? Who literally do hate women for real with a passion. There are men who are part of the either the manosphere or the black manosphere or the red pill as a whole who literally do hate women with a passion. They literally do. I'm making my point to let y'all know that I don't subscribe to them type of men who are like that. I don't subscribe to the men who literally have hatred for women, period. I don't. A matter of fact, I'll be calling them the hell out. Just like I call the beta males and the simps out as well too. But guess what? That's not good enough. That's even a problem within itself. I even call out the modern women. And yes, I literally made a title for y'all. So the regular women wouldn't get confused that I'm talking about you. I say modern women. I don't say women as a whole unless it's a certain type of behavior that women do that every man could agree with. Like, say, for example, every woman on this planet have a hard time deciding what they want to eat. Fellas, am I lying about that? Every woman on this planet that we have dealt with in our personal lives have a hard time deciding on what they want to eat. Fellas, am I lying about that? But when I say things like that, oh, no, that's being misogynistic. That is not true at all. Then I'll go back and say, no, it's some women, Urban. There's only some, only a few women. There's some of them, not all of us. No. All of y'all are like that. Every last one of y'all like that. Every last one of y'all like that. So there are some commonality that women have that I address, that I actually group or generalize women in particular. But there are some uncommonalities, which what I call modern women, that I don't group all women together because I know obviously that not every woman have this type of behavior pattern that I talk about over here at the lounge. But guess what? That's not good enough. Me separating, me giving the definitive definition of it, that's not good enough because they always resort back around or circle back around and saying, you're talking about women, period. That you're misogynist. You must hate your wife. You must hate your daughter, sister. What the hell?
That's bullshit.
Crazy. Crazy world we live in. Crazy world we live in. Do they really hate women or are they sick of the women? Bullshit. That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. The answer to that is that, first of all, through me watching these different gentlemen content and stuff, right, I could tell that they literally have developed a hatred for women. But there's a but to this. It is due to their personal experience, their personal anecdotal experience dealing with women. So we could sit up here and also argue to say that, hey, maybe they need to choose better. Maybe they've been choosing the wrong type of women to associate with. Maybe they've been choosing the wrong type of women to procreate with, or whatever the case may be. That's on them. That's on them. But regardless of the fact, yes, through their anecdotal experience, they had developed a certain hatred for the type of women that they're talking about. But the second part question is, do they really hate women or they're sick of women bullshit? The answer to that question is absolutely. Absolutely. Because just like women say to us, they tired of our bullshit, right? We're tired of that bullshit as well too. We are. All we doing is expressing our grievances, just like they're expressing their grievances. Nothing different. But the only difference over here at the lounge is that I'm not doing it in a way where I'm literally attacking women, where I'm creating hatred, or I'm not even teaching men over here to hate women. But allegedly, that's the rumor. Urban, you over here teaching these men how to hate women. They're gonna grow up hating women and different things like that. You need to watch what you say because it could come off the wrong way. I'm literally being tone police and every damn thing. Gotta watch what you say, Urban. The biggest critic that I didn't have so far, or criticism that I had, was that people was literally comparing me to the late Kevin Samuels.
What?
People was comparing me to the late Kevin Samuels' godfather himself. Me and him are two totally different people. We have similar ideologies and we have different ideologies altogether. There are things that I agree with the late Kevin Samuels about. There are things that I don't agree with him, but what he was talking about. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us unique. But even then, even by me just saying that comparison, that don't matter. You still like them. You still don't like women. You still hate women. Another one criticism that I have received and stuff, right, is that since we believe that you're a misogynist, right, you're obviously on the down low.
What?
You're on the down low, bro. Nobody don't have to know. So I'm married like I ain't nothing, but I'm on the down low because I be having content talking about modern women and I be challenging their behaviors and be challenged for accountability. So I'm down low. Yeah, you down low, bro? He down low. He got to be down low. He got to want to not like women at all. Period. That's the conclusion of the matter. Because if that be the case, then guess what? Guess what? He'll be listening to us. Ladies, is it really about me listening to you? Or is it really about y'all ego that you want to control? Remember when I was saying earlier about the whole boycotting thing? You know where that came from? That came from ego. That came from a sense of control. Because I was having, some viewers that come over here, right? Like I have some viewers come over here which were women and stuff, right? As long as I was doing the monkey dance for them and stuff, right? Meaning that as long as I was tapping my feet and dancing and doing things that they wanted me to do, it was okay. Nothing wrong. Fine. We enjoyed it. Long as I was going around with the bow tie on and all kind of stuff, right? It was fun. We loved that version of Urban. He's cool. He's fun. But the moment when I started talking about accountability, the moment when I started pouring out my anecdotal experience, start pouring out my anecdotal experience with dealing with women in my past and sharing it with y'all. Oh no, we need to pull the tighter leash on him. The moment when that leash got broken, oh no, forget that. We can't control him no more. So guess what? We're just gonna boycott the hell out of him. And like boycotting was gonna stop it. Like boycotting was gonna stop it. Nope. It's not gonna stop nothing. Because here's the reality of it. Here's the reality of it. When I created my channel, right? When I created my channel, when I was testing and trying, going through the fire, going through trying to get subscribers and different things like that, getting monetized and stuff, you know what I mean? Guess what? Guess who was doing that work? Me. Guess what the subscribers was doing? All they was doing was, hey, go Urban, go. That was it. That's all they was doing. Were they inspiring me to go? Were they motivating me to push? Were they helping me out with additional content to put out there that can be thought-provoking, that can help me out? I had to do that all by myself. I had to come up with this whole reality of what y'all see right now by myself. By myself. And all the most I got was put your thumbs up, y'all. Make sure y'all, what they do, I put it in the chat. Make sure y'all put your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I believe that that's good enough. Put your cash app up. Think that is good enough. And I'm not talking against you, Speak, but that's what they do. Put your cash app up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's it. And thinking that was good enough. Thinking that that's what gave them a sense of entitlement over the channel itself, over the channel holder. I spend nights, literally, from my family and stuff, right, putting together content. It be times where I literally don't sleep because I'm literally up thinking about content, thinking about what I could do to better myself as a content creator, researching content, putting together, certain talking points and different things like that, designing thumbnails, editing videos and different things like that, so I could present it out here. Were they doing that for me on my behalf, or did they even ask to do that? Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But yet and still, we're going to boycott Urban. We're going to boycott him because he's not playing ball with us. He's not doing what I want him to do. And this goes along to what I've been talking about this year, dealing with the woman's ego, where I say that women are way more egotistical than men. That women are way more controlling than men. Whenever they have a mindset, right, that they want you to be a certain way, guess what? They would do everything possible to keep you in that prison. Everything possible. See, so I'm teaching y'all tonight, fellas, just in case some of y'all are in these type of relationships, right? In these narcissistic relationships, right? Where they literally would do everything possible to keep you at a docile state. They will. When you start getting out of that state, when you start waking it up to the truth, guess what? They'll do everything possible to knock you back down. And I ask y'all this question. Are they really for you? Are they really for the evolution of you? Or is it all about them? Is it all about them being narcissistic? That's a question I want to throw out there to y'all. Let's deal with this whole misogyny thing, by the way. Well, what's up with it on 22? Appreciate you pulling up, man. 22 said, hey, the women love your commentary. Hey, that's the crazy part about it, bro. There are many women out there that literally do enjoy my commentary and enjoy my content. But there are other women out there that says the latter, that says that, nah, you're misogynist. You're misogynist. You just obviously hate women, which I don't. And yes, that is true. Speak. Women are fickle as hell, and we have to deal with this bullshit. You're right. I agree. Let's deal with this misogyny thing, because I want to get y'all to understand what misogyny means, right? And we're gonna do a compare and contrast. We're gonna put Urban in the hot seat right now. We're gonna compare and contrast and see, do Urban literally fit into this definition of being a misogynist? Okay, so let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's understand what misogyny truly is. All right. So let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let me show y'all this. All right. According to Wiki and stuff, right? Yes, I'm using Wiki. We're not doing peer reviews, so I can use Wiki. So shut the hell up with that bullshit. All right. So according to Wiki, right? Misogyny is simply the hatred or contempt for or prejudice against women or girls. It's a form of sexism that keep women at a lower social status than men, just maintaining the social roles of the patriarchy. Misogyny has been widely practiced for thousands of years. It is reflected in art, literature, human societal structure, historical event, mythology, philosophy, and religion worldwide. So based on this definition, and based on those of y'all who are viewing the content right now, and those of y'all who have viewed my content in the past, do I fit the definition of being a misogynist? Based on this definition, do I have a hatred for women? Have I ever expressed over here at the lounge that I have a hatred for women? Have I ever encouraged men to have a hatred for women? Have I? If you sit up here and say yes, then you the lie, and God is not with you at all, period. You are the devil, because I never have ever encouraged men to hate women, nor do I hate women. I don't. Now, I, on the other hand, have challenged women behavior, the type of woman that I'm talking about. Yes, I have did that. And sometimes when you be talking about uncomfortable truths and stuff, right, it will hit a certain way to that person because they know that it reflecting them. What I learned by my experience with dealing with this content and stuff, right, is this. I learned that whenever people start having pushback on the certain things that I talk about, right, I know right off the bat that I'm talking about them. Because if I'm not talking about them, if I'm not talking about a certain type of behavior pattern, or if you don't have that certain behavior pattern, then you're not going to get offended by it. Period. Case in point, like this whole misogyny thing, even when I was telling you, like, women was going around saying that, oh, you must be a misogynist, you must hate women, you must hate your wife and daughters, you must even be on the DL and stuff like that. Am I mad about when people say that? No. Do I care about when people say stuff like that? Nope. Am I going to talk about it? Yep. The only reason why is this. The only reason why is this. Because I know the truth. I know that I'm not a misogynist person. I know that I don't hate women. I know that I don't encourage men to do the same thing. And I know that I'm not on the DL, period. Regardless of what y'all think, regardless of how you feel, the truth is what I just said, period. So I don't resemble none of this type of behavior, period. In fact, after I call out the behavior for what it is and stuff, right, I challenge accountability. Now, if I was a misogynist, I wouldn't even challenge accountability at all. I wouldn't. If I hated women, I wouldn't challenge accountability. I want to, at the end, come up with solutions how you could better yourself. So, no, I'm not a misogynist at all, period. There's another word out there stuff too, prejudice and stuff, right? And I want to see do this fits me as well too. Now, according to Wiki as well too, prejudice is simply this. Prejudice can be an affected feeling towards a person based on their perceived social group membership. The word is often used to refer to a perceived, usually unfavorable evaluation or classification of another person based on that person's perceived personal characteristics such as political affiliation, sex, gender, gender identity, beliefs, values, social class, friendship, age, disability, religion, sexuality, race, ethnicity, language, nationality, culture, complexion, beauty, height, body, weight, occupation, wealth, educational, criminality, sports affiliated, teens, music taste, or other perceived characteristics. Now, based on that definition, can it be interpreted that me, Urban, could be prejudiced? Hell yeah. Yep. It can be perceived that I could be prejudiced because there are certain things that I am prejudiced about. But here's the reality. The reality is that all of us are prejudiced about some type of thing. Every last one of us. All of us have some type of bias about something that deal with in our everyday life. Every last one of us do. But the thing about it is that what do we do about that? Do we handle that in a negative way where it becomes a negative thing where it not only affects us, but the people around us? Or do we do it in more of a positive way where we just say that, hey, this is a certain type of thing that I'm just not going to deal with? Case in point, when we talk about the black culture and stuff, right? Do you know by us talking about the black culture that the white culture consider that as being prejudiced or biased? When we talk about FBA, Foundational Black Americans, do you understand that also is being prejudiced or being biased? When we talk about political affiliation, last year we did a whole almost 4 or 5 months talk about the whole political race, Republican and Democratic Party. Do you know that if you declare yourself being part of a Republican Party, that's part of being prejudiced or being biased? Do you know if you're part of the Democratic Party, it's the same as that concept. Independent, conservative, same concept, that you have some type of bias or prejudice. Once again, it depends on your mentality behind it or the one's mentality behind it. Prejudice could be a positive thing or it could be a negative thing. It could be interpreted as a positive or a negative thing as well too, depending on who's interpreting it. But in reality, whose problem is that? That's not the person who's operating in a bias. That's the other person. It don't have nothing to do with you. Period. So yes, over here at the lounge, yes, I do have certain biases and I do have certain type of prejudice, but it's not in a negative way. One of the biggest things that I say over here is that I am for men involvement. I advocate for men over here, period. Because I believe that we as men, we do not have a lot of representation, especially on social media, in a positive way for us. So over here at the lounge, I challenge accountability from both women and men so they could do better. So they could look at the certain behavioral traits that both men and women do so they can better themselves. Challenge the men to not being simps. So you don't have to do all this stupid bullshit to try to impress a woman. You don't have to do that at all, period. You don't have to be a beta. You don't have to be a yes man to get a woman. You don't. I teach over here about stoicism as well too for men, so they could be better men. I teach over here about women so they could be better women, where they won't fall for this feministic modern day women bullshit that they falling for, that they've been programmed. When you come over here at the lounge, I challenge accountability, I challenge your mindset so you could choose. You could choose to either listen to it and follow it, or you could not do it at all, period. That is totally up to you. Totally up to you. So, yes, I operate in a certain prejudice. I operate in a certain bias, just like everybody else on here. Like I stated earlier, we have a certain bias on everything. People like drama and content. Y'all like that stupid shit. I don't. I have a bias against it. I hate it. I literally hate drama content. I literally hate people creating drama and doxing content and stuff like that. I hate it with a passion. That's why I don't support it at all, period. But that's my bias. But others, y'all love it. Y'all love it. Can't get enough of it. But y'all not boycotting that bullshit neither, huh? Y'all not boycotting that. Why we not on boycotting stuff that matters the most, man? Why we not doing that? Why we not boycotting stuff that really matter, man? Like I was telling you earlier about this bullshit content. Why we not doing that? Why we not just saying, you know what, I'm not going to watch none of this drama content because it's toxic? Or we're not doing that. But it's very easy to come over here at the lounge and say, I'm going to boycott you, Rabbi, because I'm in my feelings, damn it. Crazy. And another thing, too, before I get to my next point. The same people that I'm referencing to, right? They're the same ones who be going over and be over there at that drama content. They be watching that shit whether they in the bushes, or they be some of their moderators as well too, encouraging it. Literally be encouraging it. And been encouraging it for years. Years. And be thinking I don't know. Thinking I'm just that stupid like I don't know. But when I bring it up to the attention, oh no, that's wrong, Urban. You don't do that. Okay. Now I'm gonna think I'm dumb as hell. I'm not dumb. I be noticing stuff. I be watching stuff. Here's another point I want to make to y'all. Do y'all understand the definition of chauvinism? Once again, do y'all understand the definition of chauvinism or being a male chauvinist? That's okay. I'll explain it to y'all. Now, chauvinism is this. Chauvinism is the unreasonable belief in the superiority or dominance of one's own group or people who are seen as strong and virtuous while others are considered weak, unworthy, or inferior. This definition can be related in many different ways. It could be related to black supremacists. Yes, there are black people who are supremacists, by the way. It could be related to white supremacists. It could be related to Hispanic supremacists. It could be related to women's chauvinists. It could also be related to male chauvinists as well too. So by understanding this definition and this logic, right, have I ever displayed any type of chauvinism towards y'all where I literally sit up here and say that, hey, we as men, we dominate this whole entire thing and women have to bow down to us? No, never. Never. Because I believe differently. I believe that our women counterparts, even though that they are weaker to us in certain aspects, physiologically and different things like that, I believe that we also need them for a lot of situations. I do. I believe in the unification of us, not equality of us, because equality is an absolute bullshit.
That's bullshit.
It is. But I believe in the unification of us where we could all coexist together for one common purpose, which is to maintain humanity, period. I believe in that. I believe that in order for that to be achieved is that we need to get rid of this cancer that we've been having in our culture for the longest. This cancer that we have in our culture is dealing with the patriarchal system and dealing with feminism, period. Both of these two terms that I mentioned to y'all is a cancer in our culture. And it need to be corrected. The only way it's going to get corrected is by people like myself revealing it to y'all and letting you know that you're sick. There are many of us right now, we walking around and stuff, right? We're walking around thinking that, we're healthy, we're good and different things like that, not knowing that deep down inside that you're sick, that you're dealing with some type of illness. The only way that you know that you're dealing with some type of illness is by doing what? It's by you going to the doctor. One day you start feeling some type of way and you go to the doctor. The doctor revealed to you that you got some type of illness and they put you on a regimen or a program to help you recover. Isn't that not the same equivalent of coming over here to the lounge where I reveal to y'all that y'all have a sickness, that y'all have an illness, and I'm the doctor? How are you the doctor, Urban? Every doctor have to go through the fire for them to be skilled at what they do, correct? Where if you're an actual surgeon, where if you want a therapist, or whatever the case may be, you have to go through the fire so you can be certified. I am no different. Where I literally went through my anecdotal experience and my professional experience, where I went through the fire, testing and trying, talking to different people and individuals, and learn from it, and evolve from it, and master it. So therefore, I'm considered over here as a doctor. That I have mastered talking about these certain situations in a way where I'm not creating hatred towards people, while I'm actually encouraging people, while I'm promoting mental health as well too. That's what a doctor does. But also, guess what the doctor do? The doctor also revealed to you the truth. He tell you exactly what the illness is, no matter how horrific it is or how bad it's going to sound or how the way he or she throw it out there, they're going to tell you bluntly what it is. They're not going to beat around the bush around it. They're not going to be tone police behind it. They're going to tell you the God honest truth about that. Am I lying? Now, well, if you receive it or not, that's totally up to you. They don't have nothing to do with that doctor. That's on you either way you receive it. But the doctor that told you the truth about it. That's what we do over here at the lounge. I tell you the truth about certain behaviors that men be dealing with modern women through my experience, to challenge accountability, to teach men to navigate against these type of women so you can find that quality type of woman that you've been looking for. Same thing with the women, where I teach you the honest truth about these beta male simps, these toxic pookies, these toxic dusties and stuff that are out there, right? Teach you how to navigate around them so you can find that quality man that you've been looking for. What's wrong with that? I never in my lifetime heard a patient went back and say that they want to boycott the doctor after when the doctor literally gave them life. He or she literally gave them everything they need to sustain their life and to live. I never heard a patient who recovered and said per se that I'm going to boycott the doctor. Never heard that. But I have heard bullshit patients who get mad at the one prognosis and stuff, right? And sit up here and try to capitalize on it for their personal self-interest. I have heard that. Absolutely. University, he said this. He said, many women emotions are worse than a win. I agree with you on that. I agree. Enjoy life, I say it again. Yes, I enjoy your commentary, Irvin. Your commentary make me think. I appreciate that a whole lot. I appreciate that. And that's how the way it's designed to be. I design my content overall to make people think. I have some entertaining moments in it. Yes, absolutely. But it's designed for you to think. My content over here teaches a lot of stoicism. Those of y'all who are not familiar with it. It teaches a lot of stoicism over here. It do. He said this. No, have you seen a misogynist? Have you seen a misogynist? No. Unless we're talking about other content creators out there, I have heard them speaking in a misogynist way. Yeah, absolutely. But everything that I'm revealing to y'all tonight is this. It's not designed that I'm sitting up here trying to protect me or protect my image or anything like that, because it don't matter to me. Like, even my image or all this stuff, it doesn't matter to me, because I know what it's going to take for me to want to talk about this content. I know that it's not going to be for a lot of people. I know that. I know it's not going to be for a lot of people. I know people is not going to accept it. I know people are going to say certain things about me, and I accepted that as my reality. I'm not here to sit up here to to be, cool and make friends and different things like that. I'm not even here to make enemies as well too, but if it happened that way, it happened that way. If I make friends here, cool. If I make enemies here, cool. If not, cool. I'm not worrying about that at all, period. I'm not. I'm here for one purpose and one purpose only, to give y'all this content, whether you like it or not. Because I guarantee you this, if it's not for you, then it's fine. You don't, like I said this before and I say this again, if this content is not for you, fine. It's okay. My feelings will not be hurt if you no longer want to watch this content. It will not. Because it's simply just not for you. Because in reality, this content is dealing with people who want to change. This content is dealing with accountability. I told y'all at the beginning of this year, and some of y'all thought that I was playing when I said this, right? I said that 2025 is the year of accountability. Y'all thought I was playing on that bullshit when I said that? 2025 is the year of accountability, where we're literally challenging accountability over here. So I'm putting everybody in under the fire for the simple fact, not because I hate you, but because I want to see you be a better person by the end of this year. I want to see you evolve into a better person. I want to see you evolve into a better man, into a better woman. That's what I want to see. That's my goal. But like all things, I have to be under the fire. I have to take in the good within the bad as well too, which that's fine. So just like I say, if it's not for you, it's just not for you. Go on your merry little way and watch your crazy ass drama content like you enjoy. Just go over there and chill and laugh, put laughing emojis, ask to be a moderator, because I'm pretty sure they'll allow you to do that. Be a moderator, put your laughing emojis, encourage them, go, yeah, we're happy with the drama content, yay, go, ha, 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 ha. Go ahead and deal with that. That's what you solely desire. Go ahead. Would I look at you differently and stuff? Absolutely I will, because I told you that I have certain type of prejudice. Absolutely I do. Prejudice, which means biases. See, I have a certain type of biases. So if you do that and stuff right, and you going on there, I'm seeing you over there watching drama content and stuff right, I have a certain prejudice or bias against you. That let me know right off the bat what type of person you are, where your mindset is at, where you're not trying to mature, where you're not trying to boycott the thing that need to be boycotted. Where you at a low vibrational level and you're going to remain there as long as you want to be there. Then let me know where you at as an individual, as a person. Now I'm mad at you or hate you on that. Nope. Go ahead and be over there. Because what I learned in life is this. I learned that sometimes it takes for people to wallow in their own bullshit and be up in that bullshit for a long time for them to finally smell that bullshit and realize that, damn, I smell like shit. I'm tired of smelling like shit. I need to change. Sometimes it takes for people to be up in that situation so they could finally clean themselves up and change and evolve. I'm just saying. Reason why? I was the one who smelled like bullshit. I was the one who's wallowing in bullshit and bullshit ideology and everything. Y'all know my backstory. You know what I'm saying? I'm transparent with it. I was wallowing in that, smelling it. Until one day I look back and I start smelling like, the hell is that? What stinks? I'm looking around. The very first thing we do is, instead of us holding ourselves accountable, right? Guess what we do? We start blaming others. That's what I was doing. I'm looking around. I'm looking for other people so I could blame other people. It's not me. Obviously, it's not me, because there's other people that smell like shit. It got to be me, but I'm the only one around who smell like shit. Then when I realized that, right, like, it ain't nobody there but me, then guess what? That's when I started thinking about it. I sat in it a little bit longer. I'm like, damn, I stink. They sat on it a little while longer. They finally, like, you know what? I am so tired of stinking, man. Why I stink? Let me go ahead and fix this so I will no longer stink. And that's what I did. Sometimes it takes something for y'all to wallop up in that shit, wallop in that bullshit, right? Until you finally realize that you stink. Until you finally realize that you can't hold nobody else accountable for your choices and decisions other than you. Then that's when you have to make a choice to either listen to understand, and so you could change, so you can evolve, or you could just stay in there and stink some more. Guess what? There are a lot of people out there right now, like I'm telling you, they want to wallow up in that bullshit. They're the ones who push back on my content because they know I'm talking about them. They know I'm affecting them. They know that they are the type of modern women that I'm talking about because they have that behavior, or they have distributed that type of behavior in their relationships. And I'm getting on that bullshit where they literally treated men wrong. They literally didn't care about men's mental health until I said something about it, because it was so taboo. And I was doing it wrong for so long that they believed that it's right. Just like I tell you about the shit analogy, right? That it smells good. It smells good. It's, until you realize that it doesn't. They're the ones who want to push back on it. They're the ones who feel some type of way about it because they are the ones who I'm talking about. And it hurts. And believe me, I get it. I understand. I get it. When I realized the stuff that I was doing, the stuff right, and not only that, I had people in my circle store calling me out on it as well too. I know it hurts. It bruises the ego. I get it because I've been there. I understand it. It literally bruises your ego for real. Bad. But guess what? Through the fire, it's going to evolve into a better person. Only if you choose to. Once again, I'm that example. I could have stayed in it, but I chose not to. And look at me now. Look at where I'm at now. And look at where I'm projecting, where I'm going. Regardless of the hate, regardless of, trying to be manipulated and controlled to be a certain type of way, or to try to pull me back down, to be a monkey. I honestly believe that each and every last one of y'all have the capability of doing the same as that thing. If you just want to shut the hell up and listen to what I'm saying. And believe me, the stuff that I'm saying, I'm not saying it to hate you or anything like that, especially with women. Because do y'all not, ladies, do y'all not understand that there are so many good quality men out there who are looking for you for real? They have settled into who they are as men. They have or still accomplishing certain type of goals that they have set for their life. They have lived their life and did all these different things though, right? And now they simply want to have a person to share their life with. See, it's not with men, it's not about the protection and provision for us with men. Once again, it's not about the protection and provision for us with men. What it's about with us is this one simple truth. It's about companionship with us. All we simply want to do is find a woman where we could share our life with. That's it. That's why cultures say that men are way more simple than women. It's because we want simple things. We just want to sit back and share our life with a woman. which that includes the protection, the provision. We don't care about that because we ain't thinking about that. We ain't worrying about that. And all we want is simply peace as well too. That's all we want. That's simple. That's simple. And we're literally looking for women, quality women, who not part of this feminist movement, who will literally sit up here and push back on you, but who literally will walk with you every step of the way. The only time when she'll question it, if this dude is walking out of his purpose. Not because she's feeling some type of way. Not because she have a personal want and desire and she's sitting up here trying to manipulate and control that dude into her want and desire. And then if he don't comply, then guess what? Her ego get hurt. No, men not looking for women like that. They're looking for a woman that's going to be with them. They're not looking for no damn partnership, because partnership is part of the feminist ideology. That's why I correct people every single time when they say partnership. A man is not looking for a partnership. They're looking for companionship. They're looking for somebody where they could sit down and talk to them, where they could just open up to them about things, how the way they feel in their life and different things like that, without sitting up here using and weaponizing against them in the future, calling them weak, calling them a beta. I'm just saying. That's all we're looking for. And men, there are women out there who are looking for the men that I'm talking about right now as well too. But you can't be that man if you're a goddamn beta. You can't be that man if you're a goddamn simp. You can't be that man if you're a yes man. You can't be that man if you don't have purpose. If you're not about your purpose, you're not about your father's business or anything like that. You can't be that man if you don't have some type of stoicism in your life. Stoicism is simply wisdom and foundation. I'm just saying. If you don't have that at least foundation in your life, then guess what? You're not going to find that quality woman that you're looking for, or you may run her across too. I'm just saying. So you have to be about your own purpose as well too. I'm going to want to reveal the truth to y'all, all right? This truth that I'm gonna reveal to y'all, I know it's gonna piss off women big time, but I have to tell you this, all right? Do y'all know that the Bible, right? The book of Proverbs, right? Do you know that the book of Proverbs was not designed for a woman at all, period? I know y'all gonna get mad. I know y'all gonna get mad at women, but I have to tell y'all this truth. Do y'all know that the book of Proverbs is not designed for women? Never was designed for a woman. Period. The book of Proverbs is teaching the young man how to become a man. The book of Proverbs is teaching stoicism. The book of Proverbs is teaching the young man how to navigate in life, how he can evolve himself into being the man that he's destined to be. The book of Proverbs is also teaching this young man to watch out for who? Modern women of that time. Because that's what was saying throughout that whole entire book was that, hey, young man, two things: fear God and look out for these old crazy ass women. Do not become part of these women. Do not be part of their bosoms. Don't be looking at don't be getting attracted to how the way they look and different things like that. You need to focus on what you need to do. And you need to watch out for the behavior of these type of women. They call them harlots. You need to want to watch out for them. And that's what that book was talking about. And here's the interesting thing about it and stuff too, just in case y'all want to push back on this, which I know y'all are. Guess what the topic was about at the end of the book? After all that been said, teaching the young man to fear God, to walk in purpose, to walk in stoicism, to watch out for these harlot women, modern women and stuff, right? After all that been said and done, guess what was said at the end of that book? You guessed it. Proverbs 31. Y'all know Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31 is talking about the one woman, about the woman that you should actually go for or you should have in your life. Proverbs 31 break it down in detail about the type of woman that a man's supposed to have in his life, period. This is all the details. This is her characteristics. This is her personality trait. This is everything. Here's the whole blueprint right here. This is a whole blueprint. This is the type of woman. If she don't have these characteristics, then you already know that she's not a P31 woman. That she's a harlot. That she's a hoe. That she's literally for the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
That's what literally was talking about. Y'all think I'm lying? Go back and study on Proverbs. And tell me a lie. Tell me a lie. Tell me I'm lying. That whole entire book was based on stoicism, teaching a young man how to become a man and to watch out for these women who's out for the streets and to look for that quality type of woman who's going to literally be there for his life. I'm just saying. So other than that, y'all, I didn't say my piece on this. Do I hate women? Absolutely not. I care about women too much to hate y'all, regardless of my personal experience. Now, I will say this. There was a point in my life, right, where I just nearly got to that point where I started disliking women, where it started slowly driving into hatred towards women. But that was only because of my personal experience that I was dealing with at that time. That was the only moment I had. But even then, when I felt like I was getting ready to slip into that moment, slip into that void of no return, guess what? I had a strong foundational circle that pulled me out of that. That yanked me out of that. Like, no, don't go there. I understand that you hurt. What we need to do is deal with your hurt. Because if we don't deal with your hurt, then guess what? Your hurt is going to become hatred. And the God honest truth, there are many men out there, especially content creators, they have not dealt with their hurt. And they allow their hurt to become hatred. And therefore, that could become misogynistic. Absolutely. But I had a strong foundational circle that pulled me out of that. And we started focusing on my hurt. Start focusing on my pain, where my pain became purpose. And from purpose, it led to who I am right now today with y'all. And that's facts. Some of y'all out there right now are hurt. I get it. And I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about the men. Some of y'all out there, y'all hurt, man, like for real, y'all hurt. Y'all hurt because you made a bad choice of dealing with these type of women that I talk about her over and over again. Not only you made that choice, but now you're even more hurt because you're the one who made the choice to do it to begin with in the first place. Because you felt that it was illogical for you to do it. So what I want to challenge to you is to deal with your hurt. Deal with that. Take how the way you feeling in that moment about whatever type of woman you dealt with or women that you done dealt with and stuff, right? Use that as purpose. Use that hurt and pain for purpose where it evolve into something positive. Where you're not weaponizing it to hate women. You're not weaponizing it to be a misogynistic. But you weaponize it to encourage not only yourself, but your fellow brethren to look out for these same type of women that you ran across and you decided to be with. It's not going to be easy because change is not easy at all, period. Believe me, I know. it took a while for me to master it the way I'm at right now. So it's not easy. Really, really is not. But I guarantee that as long as you stay fast and as long as you continue the journey, I guarantee that you'll be all right. Guarantee that you'll be all right. So other than that, y'all, I'm done. Speak said this is the longest monologue that I ever did. Now I think I did longer than this, bro. I think I had longer monologues than this, bro. But the whole show was entitled About Me, so by all means I had every right to do a full monologue talking about me without sharing clips and different things like that like I normally do, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted y'all to, just understand where I'm coming from. Now, after all this, y'all still just say that, I'm bullshitting y'all.
That's bullshit.
And y'all still believe that, I have a hatred towards women and I'm misogynist, then that's totally on you. I wipe my hands clean on that one because that's totally on you. Because another wisdom that I learned, man, is this. I learned that I can't change people at all, period. There was a point in my life where, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to change people. I was trying to control people. I really was. But that person is long dead because I learned now that I can't control people. I can't make people do nothing I don't want them to do. If they don't want to do it, then they simply just not gonna do it. This is what it is. So I learned that too. So halfway it is. So when these women come back after they hear this, I don't know, this is totally up to them. I have no idea. Have no earthly idea. If they do, cool. Because nothing ain't gonna change. Because if they come back, sure, I welcome them back just like the Bible with the prodigal son. Hey, welcome back. Miss you. If they decide to stay gone, hey, stay gone. Do you. But yeah, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. But do I wish harm on them or things bad on them? Absolutely or not. Not at all. Wish for you the best. I honestly do. And one last thing too is that I say this all the time is that one thing about me is that I'm very consistent about who I am. How the way you see me is how the way you see me out on the streets. This is honestly how I am. Everyday life. So how the way I am, this is me. If you can't accept that, then now have nothing to do with me. That's all on you. So I'm just saying. But other than that, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Speak say, oh well, the show must go on. Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, the show never stopped. And see that's another interesting part about this is that I could have just been a beta, right? I could have been a straight up ass beta, right?
Beta.
It just gave in and say, you know what? I hurt their feelings, and I'm just gonna give in, and I'm just gonna change my content and go to how the way I originally was a long time ago, where they could accept me. But nope. Because another thing about Stoicism that taught me this is that I learned that people are not going to accept me, period. And I learned to stop trying to get people to accept me. You either do or you don't. It's just that simple. That's what I learned. But like I say, other than that, that's all I got for this episode. Y'all let me know what y'all think about everything that I was saying, this stuff. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Or you know what? A matter of fact, how about this? Do y'all want to have a conversation with me real quick before I end it? Do y'all want to have a conversation with me before I end it? If you want to have a conversation with me, put yes in the chat. I will drop the link and we can talk about this for a little bit. We'll talk about it for another 30 to 45 minutes. All right. So we'll talk about this. We'll have a conversation about this. We'll have interesting dialogue about this, and we'll go from there. So if there's something that you want me to do, you want me to drop that link, then by all means I'll drop that link for y'all. We'll talk about it. we will talk about it. Absolutely. We will have a adult conversation about it like how we always do over here at the lounge. All right. Lionel said yes. Lionel, I knew you was gonna say yeah, bro. I knew you was gonna say yeah, but okay, fine. I'll drop the link. We'll have about was it 9:30 my time? We'll have about a 45-minute conversation talking about this because I'm trying to give myself a curfew because I'm not trying to be on here all day. All right, because I'm trying to get some sleep because I'll be working, y'all. But all right, we'll do it. But we'll do it. I'll go ahead and drop the link for y'all, and we'll have this conversation, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Shout out to Enjoying Life for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you supporting the channel like always. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate each and every last one of y'all who are doing the simple thing as thumbs up the live too. Because like I say, by you thumbs up the live, that let the YouTube algorithm know that you love this thought-provoking content and you want it to continue on. All right? So I appreciate that. I appreciate the simple things. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get this link dropped for good old Lionel. And whoever else want to come up here, and we'll just go from there. All right, we'll go from there. Let me get my headphones on so I can hear. So I won't be up here monologuing like Speak said. Yes, I won't be up here on monologuing like Speak talking about. Which, like I say, I don't mind monologuing. You know what I mean? And that's another thing about me that, you know, people should respect about me is that I could sit up here and monologue for real. I could literally monologue and hold an audience for real. I really can. Because there's some content creators out there, they can't monologue with the shit. They got to have a panel to hold them down. If they don't have that panel to hold them down, then they don't know what the hell to do with that show for real. That's real talk. So yeah, I can hold it down monologue. It don't matter to me. So I can monologue or I can have people up here call in. It don't matter to me. I don't care. But yeah, we got the link drop. So come up here. Well, wherever you got to say about either wherever you got to say about this current content, by all means, come up here and speak your piece about it, because that's what we're talking about. It's the current content. We're not talking about nothing else. I don't give a damn about nothing else. I don't care. I don't care about nothing else. I don't care about stuff that happened in the past or whatever. We're only talking about this particular content. All right. So by all means, pull up here. Hop on the link if that's what y'all want to do. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of time. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all 7 minutes. Give y'all 7 minutes to pull up. Now up here in 7 minutes, then we're gonna call it a quits for this particular show. Queen, salute to you. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. And I was watching part of your show, by the way. Actually, I watch on both of your shows. Y'all be watching in the bushes while I be working and stuff, but. Yeah, I've seen both of your shows, and I was getting ready to share out your last show too, but I had to prepare for this show. So, but appreciate you pulling up. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, like I said, I'm giving y'all 7 minutes. 7 minutes only for you want to pull up. If you don't pull up in 7 minutes, we're gonna end the stream. All right. So until then, I'm gonna monologue some more. I'm a monologue some more until y'all pull up. All right. So there been other things that been mentioned about me as well too that I found interesting. You know what I'm saying? I already gave y'all the main spiel of it, where people, when I say people, preferably women, call me misogynistic. They said I was on the DL. They even said that I had my wife and daughters and stuff. Crazy shit. But I done heard other crazy stuff as well too, man. I done heard people talking down about me being a DJ, man. You know, this hating stuff, just for no apparent reason. But I learned this. I learned this too. Like when people want to start speaking about certain type of things against another person, that lets me know this truth about them. That let me know that they're dealing with a lot of different insecurities about themselves. They're dealing with a lot of insecurities, dealing with themselves that they need to deal with. And so what they end up doing is that they end up projecting. And when they end up projecting, they're projecting on someone that they want to target, preferably in this situation or this topic that I'm talking about, it's with me. They're projecting with me. But thing about it is that you have to want to deal with your insecurities. I also noticed that there are people out there that they see me, they see how the way I am, they see me doing different things, testing and trying different things, or literally doing it and doing it to the best of my ability and becoming really good at it. They become jealous of it as well too. They become jealous, and that jealous becomes hatred and all kind of weird stuff. And keep in mind, I don't know these people. I don't know them at all. I don't know them. I never met them a day before my life or anything like that. But it is what it is. It's life. But one thing about me is this: you don't have to hate me. You don't have to talk down on me. You don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is simply have a conversation with me. That's it. Those of y'all who been around the lounge for a very long time, y'all know that I am the type of person that I am not a gatekeeper at all, period. If it's certain information that I know about, right, I'll share it with y'all. Like case in point, I'm not sure about information about, content creation and stuff, how the way you could create content or the sort of program that I use for content. You know what I mean? I share that out with people because I want people to be as great as I am doing it or striving, to be either on the level I am or even greater than me. So I don't gatekeep at all, period. If people ask me certain questions about how to do a certain thing, by all means, I'll share with them, regardless of how the way you feel about me. But the whole point that I'm making is that you don't have to go through all that hating and weird stuff, talking about me and doing all the different stuff. All you have to do is simply have a conversation with me. That's it. And I guarantee you that I'm not going to sit up here and be an asshole to you unless you be an asshole towards me. Right? But, sorry. But I guarantee that I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be who I am. Would you rather for me to be who I am or to be fake? That's the question you should be asking yourself. You rather for me to be a fake person or to be real and tell you the God honest truth based on, my anecdotal experience or how the way I perceive certain things. I would say this. I'll say I'd rather for people to be real with me. I'm just saying. But yeah, I don't do that. I don't gatekeep. I don't do none of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes the human part of me feels some type of way about it. For real, I do, because I know that I give a lot. I know I give a whole lot. I give a whole lot of information. I give a whole lot of advice. I give, encouragement. I do different things through my power that I can do. If I'm able to, share out your stream or whatever you got going on and stuff, I'll do it as long as I know it's going on and stuff, right? I do it to the best of my ability. But I be feeling some type of way about that sometimes, It's simply because I don't get that in return. I be getting on people who just take, and take some more. And guess what? They don't sit up here and say, Urban, I appreciate you. Urban, I thank you for this. It helped me out a lot. They don't even say that. Hell, they don't even acknowledge me at all, period. I be putting out on content and stuff, right? Where it be so thought provoking that people didn't even think about talk about the stuff that I talk about, right? And I put it out there, right? And guess what? It be other people who will listen to the content. They won't even be in the chat. They won't even comment. They won't even share my damn live. But they will do a goddamn show on the same content that I talk about, but talk about it in a different way.
God damn.
Won't even acknowledge where they got the source from, but talk about it. Won't even acknowledge that out here. They won't acknowledge that they got their content from me. Won't even do it that out here. So yeah, the human part of me, yeah, I be feeling some type of way about that sometimes too on the cool though. I really do. There's sometimes it make me not want to be a gatekeeper. It made me not want to do the stuff that I want to do. But if I end up going there, that's the equivalent of what I was saying earlier to y'all. What I was saying to y'all that when I was in the space I was in when I was dealing with a relationship, right, that I felt like I was seeking into that place of hatred, right? That's the same equivalent. That's like me seeking into that place again of hatred. And so I'm just not going to allow myself to do that. Call it a moral code or a moral compass. I just simply will not allow myself to do that. And so I just deal with it. I take it. I carry my cross on that. But just letting y'all know that, yeah, sometimes I do feel some type of way about that. And those of y'all who are content creators, y'all can relate to me on this for real, though. You can relate to me on this where, you be sharing out content, right? You be having some content out there, stuff, right, that you literally worked on and stuff, right? You looked at, you got it from another source, right? And you reconfigure it. You created it to a way where it's thought-provoking for your content. And let's say, other people that took it and stole it and did some type of thing about it and stuff, right? You'll feel some type of way as well, too. I'm just saying. Queen,
Marvin?
salute, welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that this was me. I don't know. I keep forgetting to change my avatar.
It's cool. I'm not gonna show your avatar. I'm not gonna show your picture. But go ahead.
Listen, this is what I want to say. When you are on a certain level, which you are on that level, there's no explanation. You don't need to explain yourself. And I know that's not what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But you are articulating how you feel. But sometimes when you have a unique approach about how you bring your content about or how you present it, people can misunderstand that and interpret it the wrong way. And then they treat you, as such. But that's still not your problem. That's them. You understand what I'm saying? Me, myself, and you may disagree on many different topics. However, there's still respect to be had both ways. You understand what I'm saying? Absolutely. And I just got done saying this all my life. I love thought-provoking conversation. I love when you're on one side of the spectrum and I'm on the other side and we can have a healthy debate. I love it and still have respect, at the end of the day. Do sometimes you get on my nerves? Yeah, you get on my nerves. But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, that was really a good intellectual conversation. Or I really enjoyed bouncing things off him. Or I really enjoyed the difference of opinion. But when you don't have mature adults in the ring, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to get. And then you just let that junk fly. You just let it fly. You understand what I'm saying? And go about doing your day. It's a lot of people who misunderstand you, but I don't misunderstand you. You know what I'm saying? I get you, and I understand it. And you have a clever way about bringing around information, especially when it deals with men and women. You have a very unique way of doing it that does create controversy, that does create thought, that does invoke people to get animated about it. But that's what the debate is. That's what your content is, and that's okay. But that don't mean you go about forming a personal opinion about somebody and trashing them through the internet. And you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But people sometimes they take things too personal. I don't take nothing that you say personal, nor do I think that it's towards me personally. But I do think it is to create content. You know what I'm saying? But everybody ain't there, Urban. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate you acknowledging that too. One of the biggest thing that I acknowledge is that you was referring to, you know, the type of one content I put out there, and then how the unique way I do it, and also you acknowledge the respect factor behind it. Now, me and Queen, we have been on several panels together where we've been on panels together. We was debating each other, or we even agreed with certain type of talking points and stuff, right? Or she either came over here to the lounge, or I came over to her respected channel as well too, and we had difference of opinion stuff too. And yes, I do say certain things that can be triggering. Absolutely, but it can be thought-provoking as well too, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it comes back as a form of respect. And that's one of the main focal points that I want people to understand, is that when we have a difference of agreement, or even if you don't agree with the one content I'm putting out here and stuff, right, that doesn't mean I don't respect you as a human being. All it is that's my anecdotal experiences that I'm just sharing with you. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. You know, even when other content creators challenge me on panels and stuff, or want to have debates with me, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean I don't like them as a human being, or I'm mad at them and I got to put out content because I'm mad at them. That's how beefing and stuff starts, you know what I'm saying? But however, I could respect people perspectives, you know what I'm saying, and push on it, and we just is what it is. So I agree with that, and I appreciate you acknowledging that. I do.
Yeah, no problem, bro. You know, I'm all about I love a good intellectual thinker. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You know, and you have to know that everybody's not going to agree with you 100% of the times. I just said on my live earlier that nobody is the same person, because scientifically we all are made up differently genetically. You know, so we're all different. So, you know, why would you want to be in a group of people that always think like you, that are like-minded? You know what I'm saying? Like you, or you know, it just would be boring. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you can be jarring. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll just like, I know he didn't say that. You know, so I'll just be totally outdone. Like, I still can't get over the chart y'all had with the women. I still can't get over that. But guess what? It stayed in my mind. You know what I'm saying? It made me think about something, and it inspired me to give my perspective and how I feel about it and how I articulate it. I mean, that's why you got your own channel. That's why every content creator out here has their own channel to give their own opinion about whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you take that energy, and that's what you do, but you never turn it personal. You know what I'm saying? You never turn it personal towards a content creator. You may not agree with what his content, then just say that. You know what I'm saying? But the person, the individual, no, you don't attack them. I mean, that would be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no. I mean, I don't know what's going on out here, and I don't know exactly what has transpired, but you know, I don't let that bother me because you share a different opinion of me. Or you know what it is, I don't let that really bother me, because I'm just like, you know, I'm very interested. Okay, what is Urban talking about, or what is SBK talking about? And you know, Lionel, I'm doggone in love with Lionel, and I don't agree with half of nothing he say. You know what I'm saying? But it's something about that dude that just make me want to, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, see what's going on. I mean, just like, people need to grow up and be mature. You know what I'm saying? And quit acting like toddlers. We're gonna all band together. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like, come on, get yourself together, like, for real. You know, for real. But I'm ready to come down, and I'm gonna enjoy your live, because I am tired. And I just did a 2-hour live, but I just came here to support you. Say, hey, dude, keep on doing what you gotta do. Don't worry about what people gonna do. People gonna come and go. You know what I'm saying? And look at your platform and what you got and what you've been doing. You're going in the right trajectory. You are being very clever, thinking outside of the box. And hey, I am very grateful that you came by my little channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful that you've done that. And was honored. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was. I'm like, what? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I've seen you, and the first time I saw you, I was like, I think I saw him on somebody else's podcast, and I was shocked. I'm like, how did he even find my channel?
So Queen, there's a reason why I do that, right? In my humble beginners, right, I was looking for opportunity. You know what I'm saying? As a content creation, I was looking for opportunity. I was looking for larger channels to discover me and stuff, right? But what I found out was that a lot of the bigger content creator channels that was closing the doors on me. Them was the ones who literally was gatekeeping for real. So I had made it up in my mind that, you know what, I'm not going to be like that out here. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to get up to a certain level and close the door on people. I'm going to want to provide opportunity for all people, no matter if you have a small channel, big channel, whatever and stuff, because I know how they feel, you know. And so that's what I do with everybody. I just go over there. All I got to do is simply pull up either the chat or have a conversation with you on your panel, and it just go from there. You know what I mean? So that is my way of giving back as a content creator. You know.
Well, I sure appreciate it.
You
'cause it
welcome.
really brought me-
One other thing too before you step down. I know you're tired of stuff. I understand it. Let me ask you this question. I want to kind of pick your head on this one. How do you
Okay.
handle how do you handle when people are talking about you? You know what I'm saying, for us with your content, and they make it personal. How do you handle that situation? Real
You
quick.
know what? When I first started out, I was very naive about these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you most definitely got to grow some tough skin. Initially, I would be so hurt because I'm like, how could you be mad at me? And I'm just over here trying to uplift women because at the time I was strictly targeting women. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not over here talking about nobody, but how could you? Like, the first mean comment I got, doggone near broke me to pieces. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm over here trying to help women. You know. But eventually, as I started, being on here a little bit more or whatever, to me, I would say thank you for your support because you pulled up here for some reason. You're here now. You've seen my content, and you chose to use just enough energy to write a comment, whether it be negative or positive. So I would like it, thumbs up the comment, and move on about my day. I won't even acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Now, if it's somebody who's criticizing me and they have like an issue with women or they have totally been disrespectful, yeah, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out my system, and I'm gonna let you know I'm not gonna acknowledge you anymore. And then I'm gonna move on with my content. You know what I'm saying? Because I always say this, Urban, if it is irrelevant and it is not true about you, then it does not even deserve your energy. It don't
Hmm.
because a lie eventually gonna fizzle out, but the truth is gonna carry on. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not
Hmm.
going to acknowledge your foolishness and your immaturity. Now, I may respond to it maybe once, maybe twice, but afterwards, if you continue on, then you're going to have to go head on because you're irrelevant. It has no grounding, no foundation, and it does not determine who I am. It's not going to determine what I put on my content, on my channel. You are not a determining factor. Now, you may have your opinion, but it has no truth to it. So therefore, I'm not going to acknowledge you. And that's how I've been dealing with it. And eventually it fixes itself on out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I appreciate you sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you're the bomb.com. A lot of people ain't going to acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, most of the time we ain't going to agree. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I can respect your work ethic. I can respect what you have grown. It's your thing. It's your content. I can respect how your channel looks, all about it. I can respect it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it is what it is, and you go about your day. But a lot of people, they can't get over the fact that they don't like what you said or what you done said to me or whatever. Okay, then go ahead and swipe left. You know what I'm saying? And quit making it personal. You can see what he doing. I see what you're doing. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I see what you're doing. But I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. But you got a lot of grown adults taking stuff personal, acting like toddlers, which is totally ridiculous to me. And then you know what? I mean, your life ain't fulfilled if you ain't got nothing going on in your life. If you sitting up here harping on what Irving got to say, and you building a whole movement, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts,
stop. I need you to stop.
facts. Hell,
Yeah,
hell. So they building a whole movie. They probably gonna build a whole damn scepter world against me.
yeah.
Yeah, all this
That's too
projected
much
like
energy.
shit.
That's too much energy.
But
That's
it's
too.
all
That's
good.
too much energy. Yeah.
But other than that, hey Queen, I appreciate you on pulling up on it, and you go ahead and rest on and have a remainder of the
Hey,
day, and
I'm gonna
tell
be
hubby I
back.
say what's up.
I will. He getting at me. I'm eating too much sweets. But all right.
All
All right. I'll talk to you later.
right, thank you. Vaughn, son, salute. Welcome to the show. What you got on this particular topic that we're talking about?
Hello, Mr. Lounge. Excuse my hoarseness. I have it's raining, not raining. My Allergies all over the place.
Okay, so why you
Um,
up here? Your allergies is acting up.
well, because you know I got something to say. You know I can't just pass up an opportunity to talk directly to somebody.
Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, what you got on the topic tonight?
Well, first and foremost, okay, I would like to say that I don't think you hate women. Okay, I do believe that you're maybe a little bit of a chauvinist, which is or misogynist, you know, or is it misogynistic? I don't know. Who cares? But I just want to say that I think I think what happened is you know on that panel, that was had where, everybody was, and I know you felt like everybody was coming at you. Um,
Oh, I don't think that way. You said people's coming at me. I don't think
oh,
that way.
okay. All right. So you didn't think that way.
Mm-mm.
But I saw, okay, I'm be, I saw it, saw all of this, as far as, it was like, well, all right, if that's how he feel, well, I'm out. And for me, it was like, well, you said that we were, well, not we, but you were speaking on Lionel, and you were like, Lionel is feeling not accepted, and and I said on the panel, like, well, then, I'm just gonna, gracefully bow out because I don't like the idea of making one individual, all I pretty much said was that I just wanted to be treated equal, to everyone and not be, the women this and the women that. And it was like you wasn't hearing none of that, but you had already made it clear that if anybody, you said your channel was for men, to uplift men. And if anybody has a problem with that, including your day ones, y'all can go. I don't care. And that's what happened. And it's like ever since then, it's like I've been seeing Lionel, oh, the women hate me. And it's like, I don't hate you. A lot of, false narratives have been, I ain't gonna say put out against me, but you said some things directly to me that I know I haven't said to you. I'm like, I ain't said none of this stuff to you. I ain't never even said none of this stuff indirectly to Lionel. So where's all this stuff coming from? And, once you pretty much said, the day ones can hit the road, it's like I know, Scorpio mama and Sweet Rita, and to me it was like you didn't care about how, your supporters felt about certain things that was being, said. And it's not that, we're so immature, we can't handle, it's like you were like defending like Lionel could say something to us, we just be playing, say something back, but it's like all of a sudden we're being taken so serious and his feelings are being hurt and we don't care about him. And it's like, well, we just giving back to him what he give to us. And if I thought we was all, I'm gonna keep it real. I know I play a lot, but it's like all of a sudden Lionel, oh, I don't like Vaughn no more. I'm like, well, what I do to him? Like, so I was just like, you know what, I'm still gonna, support who I support. But, if people feel like they're being ostracized, and I know I haven't done anything to this guy, but I'm seeing him say all this negative stuff about me, and I'm just like, okay, maybe, everybody just in their feelings. But other than that, I just think maybe you weren't thinking about what you said when you said it. Like, well, y'all can hit the road. Maybe you wasn't really thinking, that people were gonna take you serious or that certain conversations was gonna happen, that were gonna further offend people, including myself. Because I'm like, well, if it's okay, you know, because before, you say stuff to us, we say stuff to you. I never really seen you get upset about it. I mean, but if you felt some type of way, you said something about it, and then it was like, okay, well, my bad, or even you would say like, I don't mean it, I didn't mean it like that, Vaughn, you know. But all of a sudden, it's like, dang, we just all of a sudden everybody's so serious, and it's like, well, when did this happen? Did I miss something?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I want to do this. First of all, I want to acknowledge the main talking point that you was referencing. Right, I want to acknowledge the fact that the current the former moderator sister that I had here, or we're referring to him as day ones. Right, I want to acknowledge that yes, I did make the statement that hey, this is the direction that this channel is going towards. If y'all don't like it, then by all means, you don't have to support at all. I want to acknowledge that because I did say that. Okay, but also I want you to consider this, Vance. Okay, let's go back down memory lane, and I'm referencing this towards you as being a content creator. Okay, so you can understand my talking point on this. All right, so let's go back down to memory lane. Months ago, me and a whole lot of other content creators was having the same exact dialogue with you. Remember that? Well, when this was before you went on to your spiritual path, before you went into your path, or you finding God and you got baptized and all the stuff there, right? Then we had this conversation with you about the projection of your content, because your content was dealing with beefing and drama. And matter of fact, you were so programmed to beefing and drama to the point that you didn't even realize that you was doing it, but you were doing it. Then on top of that, you did not want to take accountability for your actions of doing it. Until one day, me and other content creators kept acknowledging it, and it kept bringing it up to your attention about it. This had led you to go on to your journey to discovering the truth about yourself. Eventually, you went out and got yourself baptized, water baptized. Then next thing you know, you start going into your spiritual journey. Then afterwards and stuff, right? You took what I think about a month or two off, where you just focusing, on yourself and your family, and then you came back onto YouTube and you start putting out spiritual content. You did this for a couple of months. You even start putting out a overnight show where of course me and Lionel and other content creators, we participated in that late night, early morning show and stuff, where it was slowly but steady becoming successful. Regardless what, as you say, your ops was saying about it, it was becoming successful. It became so successful that one of your main ops that you talk about, to this day now, they even acknowledged to saying that, hey, I honestly believe that she literally changed her life around, that she's literally going on the correct path. And, I appreciate that. I see the change in her. Right after that, you end up on story. I don't know what happened. I don't know where the change happened, but you end up got around to other content creators and stuff, right, that decided to change your content around back to the way that you originally have it. And they successfully did that. I acknowledge that about that with you, like, hey, the projection that you're going, it is not a good path. You don't need to do that, because at the end of the day, these said people who are doing that to you, they don't have your best interest at all for you, because they technically wasn't there when you was going through your spiritual journey and all this stuff there. It wasn't really supporting it at all, period. But however, they fully supporting you while you still link up with them and stuff, right? So I acknowledged that, and I told you that wasn't a correct path. Guess what you did? You decided to go ahead and continue on that path itself. Forget what we say about what we say about it. This is your content. You're gonna do your content however you want to, and on top of that, you're gonna go to wherever you want to go to. You have knowledge at. Now, the reason why I'm referencing this to you is because both of our paths is similar. The only difference is that my content don't deal with big content. It deals with thought-provoking content that challenge people and make people think, and it's going to help people push back on it, because I'm talking about them. I'm talking about their life, and I'm challenging them to change. Your content, on the other hand, even though it had the opportunity to change your people, you decide to go the ladder that you want to dibble and dabble in both drama and spiritual content and stuff. And I told you, and other people told you that they wasn't with that. And guess what? You literally told us the same as that thing. Where if you don't like this content, oh well, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Either you're going to support it or not. If you support it, cool. If you're not, oh well, bye bye. So I ask you this question: what is the difference between what I have done versus what you have done? Go ahead.
Okay, one major difference I can point out is this. Wait, hold on one second, Mr. Lyons. Um, I, on the other hand, never did reactionary commentary like that for real. I just reacted to things people said about me, and those I don't know who you talking about as far as who supported me and who don't, because it's a whole lot of on and off support when it comes to me, which I'm learning to accept. I was lied on, okay, and I defended myself, okay. You call it beefing content. In my opinion, the last time I really went off, okay, because I've been in and out of going off too, but the last time I went off for real, I was lied on, and that's how I ended up going back and forth with people. What I said was it had nothing to do with my content. It had to do with my I'm gonna say character. Look, okay, I don't care who a Christian and who ain't Christian. Leave me the hell alone. Don't worry about my salvation. Don't be calling me less of a Christian because I'm choosing to forgive. Don't call me weak. I don't care. Y'all worry about y'all, and I'm gonna worry about me. Okay? Instead of worrying about who I'm apologizing to or who I'm making it right with, focus on yourself. Don't assume because I've apologized to a person, I'm working behind the scenes negatively against you. I didn't come out here picking with nobody. People came picking at me.
Mm-hmm. So once again, answer my question on what's the difference between me and you, because it sounds very much the same.
The difference is, you did. I'm only going to speak on what happened recently, which is, in my opinion, I haven't seen you do it, which was react to another content creator's commentary where other content creators, I'm gonna say that we all run in the same circle, and you were being negatively biased towards certain females, calling them liars and old, and it's like, why are you doing that?
So I was calling other females old and liars.
Yeah, you would say I don't believe this, and I ain't gonna. Well, I don't know if you called the lady old, but it was like, to me and this type of commentary starts beef, and all of a sudden, I don't know, it was something different that I had never seen you do.
So when did I call somebody old and a liar? I'm confused on that.
So you don't remember commentating on the panel, and you were saying that matter of fact, you let Lionel come up here and pretty much defend you and say that you were, um, trained and skilled and ordained. And when I say ordained, I'm being funny because I really don't know what he was saying other than you have experience and professionalism in detecting a liar. And it was like,
that's the truth,
what?
by the way.
It was like, what does we were all up there, telling our own stories and however way we wanted to tell them, and what's wrong with that?
So and I follow up and say, what is wrong with me on sharing my opinion about that?
I mean,
if that were be the case, if I did say that, what is wrong with me sharing my opinion about that? And to answer your question, if someone were to say, which people have say that about me, I wouldn't care because I know it's not the truth anyway, so it wouldn't bother me.
Okay. So what's wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with you giving your opinion. I think there's something wrong with telling someone that their life experience is a whole lie and they're being disingenuous and they're leaving parts out when they're literally repeating the same story as another person.
Gotcha. So, do you believe that everybody tells the truth, no matter what?
Miss Brown, I have admitted to lying about whatever I want to lie about, whether it's my personal life, whether it's to keep people out my business, whether it's because I'm trolling, just playing. We all lie. That there's no. Do you want me to
So,
go scripture on you?
so by you knowing that knowledge, once again, what is wrong with me acknowledging that certain people is being either disingenuous or even lying about certain things about what they're talking about? Because at the end of the day, you just acknowledge that we all lie, correct?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
so
but
what's wrong with me giving my biased opinion about that? When in reality, that's actually a fact.
oh, okay. It's that right there. Because you believe it's a lie. That means you're gonna put it out here as if it's factual, and that's not cool. There's plenty things of things that I've said that people misinterpret, or they want to see something deeper, or they want me to be a liar, and they put me out as a liar. That's not okay.
So when I made that, now that I think about it, when I made that statement, it was a generalized statement, okay? Because once again, people lie, people withhold information for wherever reason they do it. They probably do it to protect themselves or whatever the case may be. People is going to lie. So my general statement is actually the truth. It's not something I just made up or I'm trying to make it be what it is. It is actually the truth because that's how we are as human. Can you at least acknowledge that?
No, I'm not doubting that what you're saying isn't true. What I'm saying is it's not okay to look. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I personally just didn't like it. I didn't like it because I know
Hmm.
how it feels for you to be minding your business and somebody wants to come, oh, she lying. She not even telling the full story. And it's like, why does it matter if I'm lying?
Hmm.
What business of yours is it anyway? What have I done to you that you even want to paint me in that negative light? Because that's how I saw it.
Hmm.
And like I said, I've never seen you, and I'm going to keep emphasizing that. Do that to another content creator that hasn't said anything negative about you or toward you.
Gotcha. So even on that reaction video that you keep referencing to, right? I had made reactions to everybody on that panel, everybody, including the main content creators. So I'm curious to want to know why is this energy is being targeted to certain individuals instead of everyone as a whole.
Because I didn't hear you call everybody as a whole liars. Only one person.
Gotcha. So check this out. Well, whenever people doing reactions and stuff, right? It's it's their right to give their opinion based on their anecdotal experience. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So it's not my responsibility to try to get you to accept whether I'm saying is truth or not. That's up to you to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you disagree with it, cool, fine. It is what it is. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If you agree with it, cool, fine. Keep it moving. It is what it is. But I find this interesting too because this moment right here, honestly, acknowledge the thing that I talk about modern women right now. Well, when I say modern women, I always operate out of their feelings and emotions rather out of logic and reasoning and truth. Could you acknowledge that?
Well, I don't agree with everything you say about modern day women or whatever. Honest, I don't even
No,
adapt to
no,
that
no,
kind of
no,
thought
no,
process
no.
anyway.
I want you to acknowledge what I just said a few months ago. Don't run from it. I want you to
Repeat it.
acknowledge that.
Repeat it.
Once again, does this situation right here make what I talk about true about dealing with the modern day woman, where instead of them dealing with things with facts and logic and reasoning. They always deal with things out of their emotions first. Could you acknowledge that?
Okay, yeah, that's where I disagree because your opinion isn't factual all the time. In fact, when you were giving that, reactionary commentary, it didn't seem like it was coming from a logical place at all. It did seem like it was emotional and personal,
Hmm.
like, you know, and yeah. hmm
So,
So I know I disagree with that
so how? Want to explain to me how? How it seemed emotional to you?
because, and I'll even, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna stick to. I'm gonna say this, Mr. Lounge. I know what it's like to, you know, like a person, and we are all grown. You can't control a person, right?
I
But
agree.
in the spirit of transparency, okay, I kind of was looking at you a little crazy when you and I were having, the conversation, and it was like, well, when we were on the panel, that happened a couple months ago. And it
Hmm.
was like, you were allowing another person to speak for you. And, you know, and I said, see, that's the problem. And what I was trying to get you to understand is, you know, you may not say certain things out of your mouth, but it almost comes off is that you allow another person to say what you want to say, or it comes off as you got a bodyguard all of a sudden, and it's
Hmm.
like, where is this? Where is this coming from? Like I said, we all be playing, but that a couple moments that happened on that panel were pretty serious, and it showed me another side of you, and it's like, well, if this is the decision that he wants to make. I respect it. But as a supporter of his, I've never, been disrespectful. We had our conversation. But to
Hmm.
me, your supporters are not deserving of this energy that like I said, it's no longer playful. It's like it's personal.
Hmm.
And I just didn't appreciate that.
So,
And then it's like everybody went on about their way, and now all of a sudden, you want to do commentary and talk about everybody. It's like, oh, okay, that's how you feel.
gotcha. So, it appeared to me that you're acknowledging about protection and provision, correct? This individual that you're talking about that they was on speaking, they were saying all these different things on that said panel, right? And I didn't want to address it or acknowledge or anything like that. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that goes back to what you said earlier that you acknowledge. You just acknowledge that, hey, at the end of the day we can't control nobody, correct? So why is it
Right.
that that it's a double standard? Why is it that me as a man I have to control, what I'm saying, say individual stuff, right? But other people that they don't have the same type of privilege. Why is that a requirement
Well,
for
no,
me to
it's
do that?
not. It's not that you have to control people.
Then
It's
what is then what is it about, Vance?
it's if he can say what he want to say to us, why can't we say what we want to say to him without us being mean, evil, and hateful toward him? Why can't it? Why is it all of us like you dish it and you take it? You say
Hmm.
what you want to say. We say what we want to say. Now all of a sudden there's this fragile person, and it's like, don't you, and I just want to make something clear. I'm not a mean spirited person towards people who haven't done anything to me. So what I'm asking is, why is it that it can be dished out, but when women, strong women, in my opinion, are gonna stand their ground and say, I'm not gonna let this man that I'm old enough to be his mama talk to me crazy, you know, I'm gonna defend myself. It's a problem. That's the only thing I'm confused about. Because when you said, I don't like how y'all demonize Lionel, I was confused as hell. I'm like, when did I do this? Who else is
I'm
doing this?
I mean, respectfully, you're doing it right now, and Lionel is not even on the call line right now and stuff. But this has been the issue for like weeks, almost months. Can you notice that?
Right. Well,
So
I'm
so
bringing it up
y'all
now
so
because that's what started all of this. Like, I'm
but
gonna go to the start.
what's no, in reality, what's the truth about this is that what started this is that y'all don't like how the way Lionel articulate himself, and you just can't accept that because y'all had deemed as him being this narcissistic, toxic, misogynistic dude who don't love
Hmm.
women, he don't love his mom or anything like that, which y'all have all collectively have said in the chat, and you have said in the panel as well too.
Well,
But
I'm gonna say
but they
this.
all comes from
Anything I said about him, I said it to his face. He said a lot of stuff to my face that like water down my back. Because if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. But it seemed like you started to take a bias, and it's like, but this is what we do over here in the lounge. When did it become so sensitive?
it.
And I'm not even talking about the
It
men's mental health because
it,
that's
it, it
just all
became
trolling.
it became sensitive because y'all made it became sensitive. It didn't have nothing to do with me. It didn't have nothing to do with the men. Y'all made it that way.
Mm.
Can we acknowledge that?
I disagree, but if that's how you feel, okay. Because me, I was fine. I was chilling. I was minding my business. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And, Vaughn, and like I told you, it was like, all right, he take my wrench. But, it seemed to be a movement against us. Everybody's wrenches was being took. And we was, demonizing Lionel. And it's like, what the heck? Where's all this? I'm going to keep saying it. Where's all this coming from?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
I
is. It
don't.
is true. It is true that different people when rentals was being taken, which I have acknowledged that on another one content creator one panel. The reason by that, it wasn't nothing personal. It wasn't that I was mad at anybody, anything like that. What I normally do is this. Every month, I go back and reevaluate all my moderators for its performance. You know what I'm saying, to see if they are actually moderating the way they're supposed to with stuff, right? If they're not doing that, I look at them. You know what I'm saying, then. If they continue that where they barely, coming around, they barely moderated doing anything, then eventually they're gonna get their wrench took. All right, it's just that simple. Cause like I told y'all, is that over here at the lounge, I don't give wrenches to any old people that's gonna come cool with you. I have a purpose for why I give people wrenches because I run this channel like a business for real. There are content creators out there that say that they run their channel like a business, but in reality they don't. They don't at all. Period. But I literally do for real. I do.
You don't think, and I'm not trying to change your mind. I want to give you a different pers- perspective on the matter. You don't think that comes off as a little controlling, monitoring, and I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
trying to shed some light, just a little bit. Monitoring other people's behavior and holding it against him, holding it against them and applying it to your channel when we are, well, most of y'all are over 40, okay? And I feel I'm growner than all y'all because I have more kids than y'all, okay? But holding it against them and applying it to your channel and your support.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that's the case, you're gonna have to watch everybody that comes into your chat with a moderator stick. Oh, and over the years, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to really judge and be the judge and the jury of another person's behavior
Mm-hmm.
when it's almost like God, because that's how I feel about God. I feel like he watching Jesus can see everything, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
anything I say and do is going to be held against me in the afterlife law. And it
Correct.
seems like you taking on that job, and to me it's just a little abnormal. It's like, huh?
So
Like,
so
what?
so let me
We ain't
let
getting
me
paid to be moderators around here.
so I'm glad that you mentioned that. So there are certain things that you don't know, Vance. Okay, first of all, is that yes. Do I do that? Do I want to manage, my moderators like a business? Absolutely, I do. Once again, I acknowledge to you that I do treat my channel as a business. Do you know? Matter of fact, you've been in the workforce and stuff before, right? You had a job, right? You have managers and supervisors
Plenty
and
of them.
things like that. Correct. So their main job is to manage the employees to make sure that they're doing their jobs correctly. And guess what? They also do a thing known as employee evaluations, correct? Where they'll literally do an evaluation to make sure that you're performing at the optimal level for the business. And they also have certain things in place, such as civil matters, say like discrimination or any other type of thing that's in place, so it won't damage the reputation of the business, correct? So yes, I absolutely have that business mindset for my channel. I literally think like that for real. I literally think that not only I'm the CEO, the boss, but I also think of as being in human resources. This all comes from me being in human resources, being in recruiting and different things like that, for me to have this mentality like I do. So yes, I do that. Yes, I do manage my moderators. Yes, I do know where y'all be at, what channels y'all go to and everything, so right, because I know that wherever you go is going to be a reflection back onto when y'all eventually come over to my channel. And so, because I understand that's YouTube and stuff. One last thing too. Sweet Rita, she's in the chat right now. I got other moderators in the chat as well too, and they can acknowledge this. Every last one of my moderators, I did my very best to at least compensate them and stuff when I had the ability to do that, and all of them can acknowledge that. So that's the reason why I am the way that I am, and that's the reason why I be choosing moderators the way I do, because I understand that it's not an easy job to moderate, especially for me. I know it's not an easy job to moderate for me because I take it serious. This is not something I just do for fun. You know what I'm saying? I treat it as a business
Hold on,
for
Mr.
real.
Lounge.
So
did I hear you say you was paid, Sweet Reed? You ain't never gave me no cash out for no moderator. Now let
because
me stop.
the reason why, because you got your mind sticks taken away for going out and doing dumb stuff that you was doing in the past. And you never want to prove yourself as an actual moderator. You got a trial run,
Wow.
and it got taken away from. Then you got another trial run, and you got taken away from again and stuff. So yes,
wow.
yes, honestly, they could tell you if they sit up here and lie, said that they wasn't, then they lying to you for real.
So you was out here giving compensation for moderators. You ain't run that by me when you handed me my stick. You gave. Well, let me hush. I can't mention certain people's names.
Absolutely. I compensate my moderators when I could. I absolutely. If I could want to do it more, I absolutely do it, because I know that it is not easy moderating for me at our period. So that's one thing I do to give to them back, to show them that I appreciate them doing what they're doing for me, because I know it's not an easy task to do. I know that. So that's why I take this seriously. That's why I treat it as a business. Now, once again, you used to being around content creators that don't treat their content like a business. You know what I'm saying? Where they just do any old crazy thing whenever they feel like it and just get cash outs and stuff. But not over here. Not over here, period. So yes, that's the reason why I treat it the way I is. That's the reason why I do what I do and I say what I say. You know what I'm saying? When I do it. Yes, absolutely. And yes, I know where all my moderators go to, including when you was a moderator. So I knew everywhere you was at. Everywhere. That's why when we was on SDK,
that's because we followed the same.
I don't follow these people. I don't follow them. I'm not even
so then why
I know where you go.
So you don't think so? You just only was watching me and where I was at because I was over there. A lot of times I wasn't hitting panels. So you watching my interaction in the chat?
Yep. Just like everybody else. I know where everybody else be at. I just don't say nothing.
Mr. Lounge, that's too much. That's too much of a job.
I mean, that's part of once again, that's part of being a CEO for the company. You got to know what people are doing. You got to know what people are doing at all times and stuff, just in case they end up misrepresenting the business. But once again, if you don't have that business mentality like that, then you're not going to understand that. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I gotta be honest. It don't sound like it's all about business. But
no, to you, it don't sound like being being a business. To you, it sounds like manipulation and control. But I mean,
Yeah, I'm
well,
glad you said it.
I mean, when we think about it, right? It could be a form of control because it's business. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a form of control to run and operate the business, correct? You can't just let people just do any old thing whenever they want to, correct? Right?
Say that one more time. My daughter was talking.
So let me rephrase it. If you had a business, right, and I was your employee, would you let me do any old thing I want to at your job?
I do let you do any old everything that you want to when you
No,
at my
no,
channel.
no. If you have a business right now, you currently have a business right now, and I am your employee, right? You're paying me, right? Would you let me do any old thing to your business as I see fit? Yes or no?
No, but Mr. Lounge, nobody was doing anything to your business,
Then
honey.
then what's the difference? See, in other words, all of this is circling all the way back around to what I said earlier about us, that we share a commonality with our content. We put out content that people don't agree with. If people don't agree with that content, then they got two choices. They could continue to either support it or watch it, or they could hit the road. It's just that simple. And I can't sit up there and be up in my feelings about who's there and who wants to leave and different things like that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep on pushing because that's how business run. Business don't run off of feelings.
Right.
Business run off of logic reasoning.
And you think it's logical reasoning to monitor your moderators and hold them accountable according to the Urban Lounge podcast law. I just want to get that straight.
If you want to put it that way, absolutely. Just like they hold me accountable. Well, just like they hold me righteously accountable as well too. So absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. You said a lot of things that I don't agree with on my panel, on your panel.
Mm-hmm.
As far as your behavior, I feel like, you're old enough to be my father, so who am I to be around here monitoring you and what you should say and what you shouldn't do. I ain't never thought to take your mod stick, even when you hurt my feelings. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, whatever. I just, I'm not the judge and the jury of my support system or people that I've become friendly with. I don't speak to you behind the scenes. So I don't feel the need to, act like, I'm in this over power position. I just don't. Not only with you, even with people, that I no longer associate with. I'm not following them around, watching everything they do. In fact, I would like for people not to do that to me. But that seems to be a thing here on this YouTube. People watching you. You don't even know they watching you, until
Mm-hmm.
they say something or your mind stick get taken away or, a fallout happen, you know, but I don't know. To me, I like I said, I think you're doing too much. But hey, that's how you want to run your show. I said I was, gracefully, bowing out because I didn't want to make, Lionel feel uncomfortable because that was never my goal nor intention.
Mm-hmm. Um,
You
uh,
know,
we're,
I think
we're,
we have fun
hey,
over here.
hey, Vaughn, so real quick, before you finish your point. Once again, shout out to everyone who's tuned into the show right now. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up to let you know that you appreciate this good old content. We'll have YouTube let you know that you want more of this content. All right. Right now we are in the second segment of the show where we're taking on call-ins right now. I did drop the link just in case people want to come up and have a conversation with me. I'll go ahead and drop it again just in case you want to come up again because I know it's been a while since I dropped the link. So I got the link dropped right now. If you want to have a conversation with me, by all means, come up and have this conversation. We're talking about the current topic. We're not talking about some random stuff. All right. And I know one of them, she kind of steer a little away from the topic, but I'll bring her back. That's what I do, even though she don't like it. But that's what it is. I also want to
I already said.
hold up. I ain't done yet. Want to acknowledge everyone in the chat right now. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Joe, I see you in the chat. Appreciate you pulling up. We got South Pacific Reader. What's up with it? Appreciate you pulling up as well too. We have other people in the chat too. Solo, what's up with it, man? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Appreciate you as well too for pulling up as well too, and everybody else who are catching either the replay of this or in the bushes. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. All right, so go ahead, Vance. Sorry about that.
I already said I don't think you hate women. I just said you were chauvinist or misogynistic. If both is one and the same, I don't know, but that's what I said.
So did you catch my commentary about what it means to be a misogynist?
If you talking about something that happened a minute ago, Mr. Lounge, no, I'm gonna have to go research it on my own and come up with my own conclusion when it comes to you.
Wait a minute. So you see the reason why I say that you be disingenuous, right? Do you understand that, right?
What?
So
wow. Okay.
If you look, Vance, if you literally came up here and hit the call-in line, right, without understanding what I'm talking about, then that's being disingenuous.
Wait, you said what?
If you literally sit up here and hit the link without at least watching the show to understand where I was coming from, then that's being disingenuous. You already had biased opinion. Yes, it is. You already had a biased opinion coming up here on the call-in line without at least watching the show and seeing what I said about it.
Nah, that's not cool because you and I have been watching each other for at least 2 years now. I don't need to. Go ahead.
Vance, did that be the case? Tell me, what does it mean to be misogynist? Because I gave you the definition earlier. Tell me what do you mean by being a misogynist. I'll wait.
Okay, you got me there because I probably wasn't able to pay attention. I just keep in mind, okay,
I've
been busy.
Don't let your ego get into the way of this truth. The truth is that you didn't watch the show and you decided to hit the link because you wanted to come up here and hear yourself speak. Let's be real about that.
Furthest thing from the truth. That's not true.
Vance, the last person that came up here was Queen, and Queen was literally watching the show, and she could literally tell you what I was talking about being misogynist and everything. She could literally give you the definition because she was watching the show. But you, on the other hand, you wasn't even watching the show. You just said, "Oh, it's Mr. Lounge that's live. Oh, here's his title. Oh, he done dropped the link. Oh, let's go ahead and hop on the panel and give my biased opinion about it and tell him that he's a lie. I don't agree with it, and you don't even know what you're disagreeing about." That's being disingenuous.
I'm not going based on what you say. I'm going based on your commentary. Especially your recent commentary.
Wait a minute. You ain't going by what I say, but you just stated that earlier through your monologue.
Because you say something different today, but your commentary shows something different. Like, what you think? I'm just supposed to not pay attention to that?
My commentary be the same every single day, unless I'm talking about something different.
Right, and that's why I say, misogynistic. Misogynism, misogynist, okay, chauvinist. Even based on some of the not personal, but conversations and things that we talk about. It's like, well, what? And we've done that debate. So my, idea of you isn't just out the blue and I decided to hit the link. It's because I've been watching you, been talking to you for almost 2 years now on YouTube and listening to your commentary.
Yeah, got you. Well, what's the definition of a chauvinist?
Why do you keep asking me to remember stuff?
You used the word. You said I'm being a misogynist and a chauvinist. Tell me the definition of a chauvinist, because I talked about that too earlier.
Well, my definition is when a man is like, to me, it's like y'all can do it, but we can't do it. To me, that's a chauvinist. Okay. Now, whatever definition I said, to me, that's a chauvinist. Like y'all can like it's so like I'm the man, and you're the woman. Like we need to stay in our place. Like that's a lot of the energy that you give anyway.
Gotcha.
Now
Okay.
just keep in mind, I know these definitions. It's just I'm not you. I don't spend my time, doing all this men versus women content type stuff. I just know it when
Um.
I see it. It's like, oh yeah,
For,
he give that. But go ahead.
first of all, I do not do no men versus women content. All right.
Okay.
Let's acknowledge that truth. I do not do that. Now, do we have a men versus women panel when I be on other shows? Absolutely. Yeah. But over here, do we do
Hmm.
that? Nope. Not at all.
But so you gonna act like you don't have a bias against women?
I have like I stated earlier, I have a bias against certain type of women's behavior. Absolutely, I do.
Okay.
But all women, no. Because I know, logically speaking, that not every woman represent what I be talking about. Unless it's a
Right.
certain situation I'll talk about. Like I stated earlier, I gave an example earlier where I was saying that every woman have a hard time deciding on what they want to eat when they with a man. Is that true or false?
Yeah, we've talked about that thousands of times.
Yeah. So is that true or false?
I just said, yeah, true.
Yeah. So meaning that there are certain situations where I will gear it towards all women because I know it's a undeniable truth. But there are other situations where I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about a certain type of woman and a certain type of behavior. But what happened is that these same type of women would get upset and triggered by it because I'm talking about them, or it be the women it don't even apply to. They trying to defend the women. When I'm not even talking about y'all. Then they take it personal.
Mm.
So the same thing with the men. When I be calling men beta males and dusties and all this stuff there, I'm not talking about every man. I know every man's not a beta male and a dusty and a simp and all this stuff there. I'm talking about these certain type of men. But however, there are only being maybe like one or two men who had came into my chat who actually have pushback on that. And normally them be the ones that I'm talking about. Normally. Because they are a beta male. They are dusties. They are simps. But
Wow.
by all the other men, they be like, "You right, bro. Can't you argue with that?"
Mm.
So let me ask you this question of you came up to my panel. I believe it was when we do this last week. You came on my panel last week, and you came
Yeah.
on my panel this week as well too. Here's my question.
Hmm.
So what is your intentions on coming up here? Are you coming up here to troll? Are you coming up here to get clarity? Or you come up here to
Hmm.
defend other women? What's your true intentions behind this?
Well, yeah, defend other women, of course. No trolling. Like I said, I ain't gonna pass up an opportunity to talk directly to anyone, especially if it's on a subject, in my opinion, that was affecting us all, because you decided to kick all the women out your chat. And when, women stood on business, it seemed like, oh, like I said, you wanted to come
Wait a
picking.
minute. When did I kick all the women out of my chat? Because obviously there are women in the chat right now. So when did that happen?
You said no. Let's not do this, Mister. See, this is what I'm talking about. You trying to flip the script and act like you don't. You I ain't gonna say you don't know, but yeah, you don't know why certain women, stop coming over here. You made it clear that whoever had a problem with, how you were doing things didn't have to come back. So that's what happened. And like I said, what I saw. Because I like to sit back and try to understand things when I know I ain't did nothing wrong, for real.
Hmm.
And I'm like, this dude Lionel making it all about him, and it's like, what the heck is really going on? Like,
Oh my God,
you know,
Vance, look, Vance.
what?
I don't know why y'all are constantly making this be about Lionel, because in reality, all of y'all make it about y'all. Every last one of y'all in the chat, all of y'all do this every single episode. So, what the hell? Why is it geared only towards this dude and the stuff that he say? Furthermore, why does his words have that much control and power over y'all to the point where it trigger y'all the way it do? Let's
Because,
figure
like
that
I
one out.
said, because it's like you're excusing the role that you play. You were making it as though we were demonizing him when all we were doing was dishing back what he was giving to us.
And just like I said, when y'all was going back and forth on what was I telling y'all, like, hey, don't do that, don't do this. No, I let y'all cook. I let y'all rock. Just like what
Right.
Lionel doing right now. I let y'all cook and let y'all rock and do whatever. But once again, guess who the one who really got triggered by it? It was y'all, not him.
No, it was Lionel. He got,
No, it was,
oh, they want me to be fake. It's like, who said be fake? We just said, well, I know, let me not say we. I know I said anything he say to me, I'm going to give it back to him. You were like, well, Vaughn, you didn't say you're supposed to be a Christian. Your words was you don't like it when Christians say, well, I'm not Jesus. And I said, well, that's a personal problem. I'm not going to let anybody just think that because I have a new type of spirituality, I'm their punching bag. Give respect where I give respect. If I ain't talking to you no type of crazy, you ain't gonna talk to me no type of crazy. But if we trolling and just going back and forth, he can't get in his feelings and try to weaponize my whatever you want to call it, and whine and cry and complain that he's feeling unaccepted. Now that's bullshit, in my opinion.
So South Park, she said that I never allowed disrespect, and I also allowed it. Absolutely, in the chat, I allow y'all to say whatever it is that y'all want to say. As long as y'all buying YouTube guidelines and standard, I don't care. Y'all can say what y'all want to say in this chat. But the thing about it is that when y'all start dealing with another person that start not only challenge y'all but articulate the way that he want to articulate, y'all the one who became up in your feelings, and therefore y'all wanted me to protect y'all. It is not my job to protect y'all. I'm not your husband. I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not your husband. I'm not your man. I'm not your boyfriend or anything like that and stuff. And I made this quite clear to y'all as well too on an episode that the only time that I'm protecting people is dealing with my family. Period. That's it. I'm not sitting up here being no simp for women that I don't know. Just to be honest with you. Now, if it get out of hand where it literally becomes blatantly disrespectful, then yeah, I would say something about it. But y'all can't sit up here and go back and forth and say that y'all have been going back and forth with each other. They want to cry when the rock that got thrown at you is harder than the rock that you threw.
Oh no, see, I don't feel that way. But what I'm gonna say is I feel the same way. I'm not Jesus, okay? I'm nobody's idol, all right? I don't think it's okay to expect me to sit back and take anybody's bullshit, and I ain't did nothing to him. So, you know,
and to be honest with you,
what?
And to be honest with you, Von Son, I agree with you on that. I agree that you shouldn't. Absolutely, you shouldn't. And so at that point, you should have a choice, right?
I made my choice. So why would we make our choice? You picking with us is what the question is.
No, because when y'all made a choice, son, instead of dealing with whatever else you deal with, you holding me accountable with something that I can't control. But in reality, that's what it's about. It's about y'all trying to manipulate me and control me to control that said individual, which I'm not going to do. Because I don't do that with y'all. So that's the crazy part about this whole conversation, that I don't do that with y'all, but however y'all want me to do it with him.
Nah, Mr. Lounge, I feel like if you say it's manipulation and control on our end, I feel the same way with you and these moderator sticks. And I'm supposed to be more Christian, and Lionel needs to be babysat because he done been through a lot when we've all been through some shit. And I didn't mean to cuss. I shouldn't have came, but it flew out, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not saying, to be insensitive towards a person, But it's like I said, you can dish it, you should be able to take it.
Which I agree.
Lionel is not the yeah, he's not the first person I've come across that's been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I just don't carry it all the time and make it all about, you know, traumas and stuff. And to me, it's like a weaponizing of people's emotions. And if we don't bend the knee, to Lionel and what he been through, we demons. And it's like, huh? We not sensitive women. It's like
I'm,
that's bullshit.
I'm,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna take
I mean, Vance. Once again, that is his personal anecdotal experience. What do they have anything to do with me and my show?
you were agreeing that we weren't babysitting him enough. And it was like, what?
That I wasn't what babysitting. When did I say that?
When I think you took a y'all took a situation. Hold on.
Once again, everybody, appreciate y'all tuning into the show. Those of y'all who are watching right now, make sure you hit that thumbs up, y'all, because once again, it'll let the YouTube algorithm know that you want more of this thought-provoking content. We are in the second segment right now where we're having the call-in show. I did drop the link for you just in case if people want to come up on the call-in line and have a conversation with me. Just keep in mind that we are talking about this current topic right now, which is the show. We're not talking about any other thing, all right? So keep that in mind. If you start veering off talking about some other crazy stuff, then, I'm going to drop you. Just that simple, all right? I'll go ahead, Vance, if you're ready. Well, Sharon read it. Let me go ahead and acknowledge some of these comments here. Stuff on she said first fair. So when conversations became biased, I didn't participate. That's fair. Let's see. I don't feel like I got hit with a rock at all. Okay. Queen said, for real, I don't know what they're talking about, and I'm just trying to be the female version of Lionel for Vance, and she laughing. Lionel saying, when did I say I wasn't being accepted? She's putting words in my mouth. Let's see. He's flipping the script like hotcakes. Let's say, Lionel said they say change your energy, change your words, your approach, etc. They say be fake. All right. SBK in the chat laughing like ain't nothing, bro. Laughing. Once again, appreciate everybody who's on tuning into the show. Appreciate y'all a whole lot. Let's see. Every single thing that she said you is true. No, I really don't know. I'm just being her agent. So Queen does her co-signing like ain't nothing. And that what's up with a salute. Appreciate you. Urban, how the heck you been, man? Sure, man, I've been good, copacetic. You know what I'm saying? I always do what I do. Appreciate you always visiting the lounge when you have the opportunity to. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. So right now we're having a conversation with Vaughn. She is expressing her grievances about different things that was happening with the lounge based on what I was talk about. All right. So Vaughn, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, go ahead.
What I was gonna say. Okay, so we was on my live, and y'all took, a situation that I wasn't even there. I caught the replay, and to me at the time, we were just, doing what we do on the late night show, which is just talk crazy, right? But it was like, oh, the women, y'all were laughing at me, and y'all didn't defend me, and it was like, well, Lionel, I wasn't there, but I did see the replay, and I was laughing because, I laugh a lot. What, baby? When things are, funny or whatever. And I thought the whole little banter with him and another guy was funny, but then it turned into, oh, but, it turned into something more serious. And I realized that, he was upset about it. And it seemed like, you were a little upset about it too. And it was like, well, I wasn't even there, and it was like, oh, but, when you were watching it, you thought it was funny. And I'm like, yeah, the banter part, I don't think it's funny, some of the things that were said, about like, his childhood, but that's what I'm saying when I say all of a sudden everything just became super serious. And it's like, what the heck? I wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I said in the women's defense was that, well, Lionel, you say, some pretty, I ain't gonna say harsh, but you have a tone about yourself when you speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one thing I do know is, you know, the lounge women will defend Mr. Lounge. They will protect him. You know, they will, speak up when it's time to speak up. And if they're not doing that for you, it's because you're doing something wrong. But that's not just with you. That's with anybody,
Gotcha.
on YouTube. When people are loyal to you, they respect you, you respect them, they have your back. And he's sitting, and it was like, because I think that was the night I wanted to leave, YouTube again. And y'all was like, no, Vaughn, you family, keep coming to the lounge. And Lionel felt like he wasn't family. And I'm like, ain't nobody said that. To me, sometimes we have to look at our own behavior and try to understand where people be coming from. I don't like doing that all the time. Like, I just don't. But in some cases, I will say, like, for example, with you and the whole wrench thing. Okay, that's how he feel. I have to accept it. I didn't ask everybody to, you know, monitor Vaughn, but apparently some of y'all have taken that job on. Okay. So
Wait,
you
wait a minute. You creating a false narrative right there.
okay, my
Nobody,
bad.
nobody is monitoring you, Von Son. I said that I was doing that, not nobody else.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so to me it was like, well, I didn't ask anybody to do all this, protecting young Christian stuff. I'm gonna say it like that because that's how it's been given to me. But y'all have decided to do it. And when y'all make y'all judgment in whatever way that is, honestly, Miss Lance, I don't care. I just gotta keep it real. I really don't be caring, right? But
And that's the
sometimes you
problem.
gotta sit back.
That's
Sometimes
the
you gotta
problem.
sit back and think. Is all I'm saying. What's the problem? I just admitted that. You gotta sit back and think about how you got into the situation that you're in. And that's all I was trying to do with him.
Hmm.
And even when I was talking to him and you on SBK panel, that's all I was doing. But all of a sudden I didn't did something wrong. And I'm like, what did I do?
Hmm. But once again, that's the problem. The problem is not acknowledging that you care or at least being considerate.
Okay. And with that being said, that seemed to be the problem with you. It seemed like you didn't care about how your supporters felt, and Lionel didn't care about how we all feel. It was just all about him and his feelings.
Yeah. So the reverse Uno it back to you. I absolutely cared about that, but also within my care and stuff, right? When it comes down to business, I have to choose business over my feelings.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, other than that, like I said, I ain't got no real smoke with you. I just don't be over here because you said what you said, and
Hmm.
I consider the lounge. We just be kicking it, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying I
It,
don't get in my feelings, but I'm just not used to having that emotional
some
instability over here, is what I'll say, and it started to become that way.
emotional instability. What?
I threw a
The
little
the only
shade, but
the only time I express a certain grievance that happened is during that episode where my internet had went out and stuff. Right, my internet went out. Then all the women in the
oh
chat was
yeah.
separate making comments about my wife, and it became disrespectful. That's the one time I went back and said something about it because Lionel was telling me about it. And so I went back and looked at it and stuff. I was like, damn, they
Ah.
really are being disrespectful as hell. And so I talked about it. I acknowledged it. And I left it at that.
But see,
It
okay,
wasn't nothing
so
emotional. I wasn't mad or
no, I ain't
upset or
talking
anything like
about
that.
you. No, when I said that, I wasn't talking about you. I did it when we was having that go back and I don't even know what you call it. It's not, I thought we was playing, but you was serious. And then it's like you just said. See, Lionel came back and told you that what type of messy bull stuff is that? Like, what?
Vance, come on now. But we're not gonna do that. You have people that go back and tell you about stuff all the time, so stop it.
It's facts.
So
Okay.
and this circle all the way back to what I said earlier. What's the difference between me and you? Because obviously there's no difference at all. Period.
Mm,
Other than the content. Now the overall content is that my content is considered as more as on content versus going around and beefing and hopping on other panels beefing and then come back to your show to pretend that you want to be positive, but you in reality you still beefing.
mm. Well,
Am
I
I
don't
lying
really have
about
no.
that?
Are you lying about what?
Well, what I just said.
I mean, there's truth to it, but it just I didn't like how you said it. Oh, Lionel came back and told you. Like you can't read your own chat.
I
Like,
did eventually, even if Lionel didn't even say nothing about it. I was going to go back and read my chat because I always go back and read my chat on every episode I do. I go back and look at my chat. So
yeah, but when I was talking about
regardless of
uh-huh,
what if Lionel said it or not, I still was going to find out about it, and I still was going to acknowledge it one way or the other.
and you was gonna feel some type of way about it,
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to acknowledge it. Absolutely.
even though we were doing what we always do, which is just joke and mess with you.
No, it never been a time where it got to that certain extreme that it did.
Mm. Well, I'm gonna say this. I once again didn't know it was all that serious until I think it was the next day. Because I think it was the next day. But when I said emotional instability, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Lionel. It's like I'm not used to having to just, you know,
I'm, I'm,
be
I mean,
all sensitive.
if you were talking about me, that's fine and stuff. That's cool,
Yeah.
But
I mean, no,
it
I would
doesn't
tell you.
bother me or anything like that. I've been
Right.
called worse, so
Yeah, no. Only time like I said, only time I felt like you was being a little emotional and logical, if that's the word, is when you was doing the commentary. It was like, okay, I ain't never seen this. Okay. But
once again, which commentary you talking about, so people understand it.
the panel that we had when we was over there with SBK.
No, that wasn't emotional at all on that. What are you talking about? All I was doing was
We
reacting.
already talked
All
about it. All right, but go ahead.
Vance, all I was doing was reacting to a show. You the one who interpreted it as me being emotional, and you the one who came on the panel thinking that by me being emotional, that is going to cause beef. That's what you said,
Right.
because the reason why you say that is because that is your reality, because you're used to stuff like that, because you have done things like that. But that was not my intention. I was doing the reacting to a show. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Hell, I talked to him on SBK and stuff too. We talk behind the scenes stuff. So
I heard him say that. Well, I heard y'all. I don't know what was said, but I heard it.
but can you
Y'all in
see
here
that?
cracking up.
But can you see how problematic that is though, by how the way you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Your reality, how the way you try to merge your reality into other people's reality, and say that it
But
is, but it really ain't.
that's my point. You say that's what I'm doing. That's what you doing. That's what
No,
this whole
I'm saying
uh-huh.
with you and your personal intentions at this moment, that's what you're doing. Now, do I do that? Absolutely I do. Yes, that's the whole purpose why I have this show, is that I'm sitting up here literally unveiling the curtain and letting people see the truth about people behavior. And they can either choose to change or not. But the only difference between what I do and what you do is that mine says, even though people don't agree with it, it could come out as being positive. Yours is the straight bullshit because you want to troll.
Okay.
Am I lying?
I can agree with you there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So once again, that's the only difference between me and your content is how the way you run your content and how the way I run mine. That's only difference. But other than that, we are the same. A matter of fact, every content creator is the same, just like me. They run their channel a certain way. They allow certain things to happen on their channel. And at the end of the day, that content creator is not going to allow their moderators or anybody else to dictate and tell them how the way they should run their channel, point blank. Because if they don't like how the way it's run, then by respectfully, they could not only be no longer moderators, they could no longer watch the channel and go watch something else that they're interested in. Hell, beef and content. I don't know, because that's what y'all into these days.
You got such a problem with other people do now, okay? But everybody swear I want to be the judgmental Christian. But what I'm gonna say is,
I am a judge. I do judge. See, that's the difference between me and you is that I acknowledge everything that I do. I'm not gonna be flaky with you or anything like that. Yeah, I absolutely do judge. Yes.
No, you did not just try to say that's the first of all, I do judge. Okay, I never said I didn't. What I said is I'm not the judgmental Christian that people try to put off on me. I don't be worried about what everybody else is doing. I'm not watching everybody and their behavior. I'm not holding everybody else accountable and not myself. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, Sweetie, she said I said that my channel is based on mental health for men, and if you didn't like it, if you don't like it, don't support. So I left. Which, guess what? I gave you an option. That's not me controlling you.
And we left.
Yeah, that's like exactly. I gave you an option. I gave you an outage and everything and stuff. Right? If you want to stay here, by all means, stay here. If you don't, leave. It's just that simple. You don't have to support the channel. But the crazy part about it is this. Since Sweet Readers in this chat talking about this now, the crazy part about it is that even when I gave that option to leave, guess what the response was? The response and the reaction was to go onto another content creator channel and literally go on there and say, we're boycotting Urban. Like, for what? I already gave you the option to leave, so what more do you want? Why are we still talking about this? Why are we still talking about this? If you already got that option, when y'all left, I didn't occur. It didn't matter to me, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have no hurt feelings behind it, nothing like that. I was cool with it, like, cool. Because I know that that's part of being a content creator, because you're going to have some that's going to be there for a moment or for that period of time, and you got to have others who's not going to be there for that period of time. They're not going to walk with you all the way. That is part of life. So I'm cool with that.
So you didn't have a problem with it, but we know Lionel did, because every day he in the chat. Where the women? They don't want to come over here anymore, Urban. They don't support you.
Yeah, that's Lionel. But once again, right. that's Lionel, and that's what he says and stuff, right? And once again, I don't sit up here and dictate and control what that man says in the chat. I don't. Just like I don't be dictating and controlling what other people say in the chat. Unless they say something off the wall and stuff, then guess what? YouTube would flag her. I won't flag her, but YouTube would flag her. Matter of fact, case in point, right? I believe, who's that? Who's that over here? SK, who's that who got on flag over here? Damn. Oh, Selena. Yeah, Selena. She came over here and she said something in the chat and her one message got flagged, right? And so she was thinking that a moderator had did that, but the moderator didn't do that. I have YouTube program to do that, to flag inappropriate comments and stuff on my behalf. Well, where you want to say it at all, it get erased.
SBK, I didn't know there was a boycott either.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said it was boycotting and all kind of stuff. Like, okay. It did. Think about this from a business standpoint, all right? Think about this from a business standpoint. You're a businessman, and you have people all of a sudden with picket fences and picket fences and saying that they boycotting your business? How the way you expect to feel about that? Do you think that's supposed to be like, oh, okay, that's cool, or whatever? Or do you want to do everything possible to protect your business and your brand? So I just thought like a businessman and protected my brand. Just that simple. But once again, people don't think about this as a business like they should. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about that like that. Cause they're like saying, I'm so dead serious about my channel. See, a lot of people they don't even have they don't have a EIN on their channel or nothing like that, but I do. EIN and all this stuff there. I'm not just a sole proprietor of this channel. This channel is literally a business for real. This channel and my DJing channel and all my other channels is literally a business for real.
Mm.
And so I take it that way. I take it serious like that. But other people, they don't do that. They don't take it as serious. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
I mean, all right. But I'm gonna stop trolling because
So this whole conversation. Hold up. Now you sit up here lying. I asked you earlier, would you come up here trolling? You said no. I'm not coming up here trolling. So now
Mr.
you
Loud,
are coming up here trolling.
you so thirsty to pop me in some type of lie. You wasn't even gonna let me finish my sentence. Okay, I was finna say, let me stop trolling. I did know that there was a boycott. However, okay, I didn't think you were gonna care because you told the women to get gone. Okay, including your day one. And like I said, I consider myself a day 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you told us to hit the road, Jack. Okay. You said Lionel was feeling, unaccepted. And I'm being all so serious. I don't like the idea of that. That I don't like that.
Here's another.
I'm just gonna go. That's what I was.
Here's another point that I want to bring to your attention to. Since we're talking about this particular point, let's say later on down in the future where I start getting more and more subscribers coming over here, subscribers who have all type of ideologies and opinions and different things like that. You might get like about 10 Lionels who think exactly like Lionel in the chat and they saying all this stuff. So y'all mean to tell me that y'all want me to literally control these 10, 20 or 100 people that's in the chat that think just like Lionel? Just so y'all can feel protected? Hell no, I'm not gonna do that.
And I wish you stopped with that whole feeling protected. No, because I can protect myself. Okay?
No, it is. That's what it's about because that's ultimately what it's about. Is because y'all did all this because I wouldn't want. I'm not so fat that I wouldn't protect y'all from Lionel from all the stuff that he was saying about y'all. That's where it boils down to.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm taking the blunt force of all this.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I feel you wouldn't be taking, and this is just how I feel. I don't know how everybody else feels. I feel you wouldn't be taking the blunt of it if you weren't being biased. Because, like I said, when we was on your panel that one day, and you said y'all think Lionel demonic, and I'm like, when did I say that? When Lionel come on my channel, and I used to have fun with Lionel. That's why I was so thrown off with the whole, So it was like, when did I say that? Me and Lionel talk all night. Okay, we troll in the chat. So it was like, when did I do this? And you said your words were y'all, and it was like, who is y'all? So then, wait. Go ahead.
So let me clarify y'all. All right. So y'all is a slang that we use in Texas. Okay. I'll use
I say slang. That
whenever.
Too.
Whenever I use
ahead.
y'all, I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm talking about the ones who are participating in that. Now, if you asserted yourself within the all of y'all, then who problem is that? That's not my problem. That is your problem, right?
But you were talking to me, and I was trying to figure out who was the y'all that you were referring to.
The ones who I'm talking about, and if that included you, then you're part of the y'all.
But okay, so my question is, when on my platform or on yours or even in chats that I hint or even say that he was demonic? Before all of this kicked off, When did I say anything like that? Because once again, this happened on your channel, and when I was doing the late night show, I welcome Lionel.
Mm-hmm.
I even, and I'm not trying to make it like I was just being me. I was having conversations with him. He was saying how he felt. Some things I understood, I could even relate to, and some
Mm-hmm.
things I just couldn't. But it was
Gotcha.
like, when have I guess what I'm saying is, when had I mistreated Lionel for you to say that to me? And you said it as in a group of us, or, y'all. I'm like, well, who is the y'all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So once again, the y'all is talking about whoever I was talking about at that particular time, at that particular moment. Now, if you want to insert yourself within the y'all, then I'm talking about you.
Okay, all right, all right. Even though you was talking to Kevon and Bond, okay,
Yes,
but all
this
right,
yeah, just like in this conversation right now, I'm talking about y'all. It's the same concept. I'm talking to you, but if this conversation is not dealing with you in that context, then I'm not talking to you. That
so
goes that
but you
goes
still,
once
but
again, that
you
goes all the way.
directed the
Now once again, that goes
right.
back to what I was saying earlier about what I was talking about modern day women versus women. If I'm sitting up here talking
Hmm.
about modern day women and their attitude and their behavior, if I'm not talking about you, then don't assert yourself in it. But
But you were talking to
what you tend
me.
to but what women tend to do is assert themselves in it. When it ain't
Okay,
even
Mr.
about them
Lounge,
at all, period.
I gotta call you out for gaslighting because you were talking to Vaughn in that moment. You
I'm
said, I
yes, I
don't like the
know.
way
Yes,
y'all,
I
when you were
never
talking to me,
Vance,
demonized Lionel.
I never said that you weren't. I never said that.
Okay,
All I'm doing is addressing the y'all part.
okay.
All right.
I feel like it's something I'm
So we
missing, but
good?
okay. Yeah, we good. But he said, Vaughn, why you being fake? I'm not being fake. I'm saying, look, I'm being transparent. Y'all sitting up here. Look, yes, y'all, okay. Y'all sitting up here acting like, certain stuff wasn't said, it didn't happen. And I'm like, okay. But, because I was very curious about that. I'm like, where
Mm-hmm.
is this coming from? But
Gotcha.
me and Lionel was cool until Lionel got mad on SVK panel and told me I was full of shit. And I told him he was full of shit. And we left it at that.
Gotcha.
We was good.
Gotcha. Once again, shout out to everybody who are tuned into the show. This is the second half of the show that we did right now. We now have the call in line open where people go on come come up here and talk to me about the current topic right now. The show is dealing with is urban misogynistic. I had gave y'all my anecdotal viewpoint about how the way I'm not misogynist at all, period. But many people interpret it as such because when I talk about certain things, I'm talking about them and I'll be hurting their feelings. All right. So on this second
Right,
half of
yeah.
on this second half of the show, we're talking about this and in-house stuff as well too, pretty much. All right. Go ahead, Vance.
All I was gonna say is
Oh, so, my bad, Vance. Sorry.
uh,
Selena, salute. I see you in the chat. Welcome to the lounge. Sometimes we get carried away. Salute, welcome as well too, and welcome everybody else who are tuned into the stream or you're catching the replay of the stream as well too. Do me a favor, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up, y'all, because it do help the channel out a whole lot. It let YouTube know that you want more of this thought-provoking content. All right, sorry about that, Vance. Go ahead.
all I was gonna say is yeah. Well, I don't you were um yeah, you were being biased and acting like we were just mistreating Lionel. And it's like I said, since when does any of us need superhero capes when we all talk crazy in the chat to each other? But all of a sudden, Lionel needed to be babysat and we need to tiptoe around his feelings. And I'm not gonna say, all I'm gonna say is exactly what I said. That's what it became.
And
He was just so sensitive.
in that particular point that you made, I can acknowledge it. I can acknowledge that yes, absolutely, I was being biased in that particular situation with Lionel, only because of how the way the conversation was going with Lionel, and I could want honestly relate to him, him feeling that instead of y'all want, as y'all say, y'all cool with Lionel, y'all support Lionel. Some of y'all even say that you love Lionel, Lionel, it's your brother or whatever you want to call him and stuff, right? But at the same time, it seemed like y'all was having this intervention thing against Lionel and acknowledging every negative thing that he has said in response to stuff that y'all done said. So that's why I became biased in that situation. Like, no, y'all can't sit up here and just hold him accountable without, y'all holding y'allself accountable as well too, because y'all both was going back and forth. It wasn't just him. The whole point, the whole point is that it just how the way he said it is what y'all don't like. And now y'all want me to go back and police the whole entire thing. And I'm not going to do that. So now
So
I'm the
you
one.
meaning
I'm the
like
one
tone
who.
police?
So yeah, tone police and officer. So now I'm the one who's being held accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one who's taking the blunt force trauma on it. I'm the one who's being boycotted and all this stuff there. But it's fine. It's part of the
Well,
business.
like I said, Mr. Lounge, it seemed like you had a movement going against us women, and seeing is believing, and your
No, no,
attitude.
no, no. That is not true.
Yes.
I do not have a
Okay.
movement going against women. Stop trolling, Vance. No, I do not have no movement going
Okay.
against women at all. Period.
And when we was all talking, and I don't know how Sweet Rita feel. I don't know how. Well, I don't know how. I'm gonna say this, Mr. Lounge. I feel like in the moment where you should have shown a little humility, and it was like, you know, can we fix this? You was like, nah, I'm good. And it was like, all right, well, he good, we good. And here we
hmm
are now. It's like, oh, you
And,
you you saying this, oh, you
and
catching the
who
brunt, you catching this.
and who fault is that? It's not my fault.
It is. You
How's that my
see,
fault? Well,
okay, Miss Lounge.
once again I can't control people behavior. I could acknowledge the behavior. I can want to bring it up to the forefront about it, but I cannot make you do nothing. You could choose to do that, because if not, that is the clear definition of being in witchcraft.
Mm, okay, I 1,000% agree. So in that moment, you said it's cool, it's okay, you don't care. So I'm gonna say it again. It's like you are seeing how people feel about you, or you're, in some cases, in my opinion, leaning to your own understanding, okay, about the whole situation. But
hmm
you're not seeing how you could have done things maybe a little differently to where your support didn't feel like you didn't care, which was, and I not now I will say I remember you saying that you did care about, I think, Sweet Rita and Scorpio Mama. You was like, you do care about them. But what did you do?
actually, I care by a lot everybody. To be honest with you.
Right. Now I'm not I'm just, if it seemed like I'm excluding people or even myself, I'm not. I'm just sticking to what we talked about in the moment, right? And when I asked you about your day ones, you did say you cared, but it's like, what did you do to show that you care? Did you, say, all right, well, let's talk about this. I don't know what y'all do, behind the scenes.
hmm
But or did you come live and say, okay, can we talk about this, at the lounge, you know, and maybe, not analyze, but examine yourself and how you could have done some things differently to show your other supporters that you care about them just like you care about Lionel
hmm
and your own and yourself. That's all I'm saying. In that moment, you didn't show any kind of humility of saying, you know, what can I do? It was like it is what it is, as if you didn't care.
hmm Gotcha. So we're so real quick. Sweet Rita, she said this in the chat. She said this on Urban, you need to take accountability for being biased when it comes to allowing the disrespect from Lionel on your channel. Now, I'm gonna want to say this, okay? I'm going to acknowledge the accountability part, okay? Because one thing that Sweet Ritter did say is true is that one of my main rules on her is that I do not allow disrespect on this channel, period. As long as you want following YouTube guidelines, community guidelines and standards, then it's cool. But when you become disrespectful, then that's where I'm gonna say something about it. All right. Now, I am going to acknowledge that I had allowed it to go on with both parties involved, both of them. The only reason why I allow it to go on is because I felt like they were both competent adults and they could just handle the situation. And also in the beginning, it came off as they were just going back and forth with each other, joking and all this stuff there or whatever stuff. So I didn't think nothing of it. But somewhere along the line and stuff, right, a disconnect happened where it became serious. Now, at that particular point, that's where, I should have took accountability for it, but I didn't. The only reason why I didn't is because, once again, I believe that these are competent adults and they can want to handle their own grievances or whatever it is that they got going on. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. So in that regards, yeah, I will. I'll absolutely take accountability of that. But likewise, at the same thing, both parties involved have to take accountability as well too for their involvement in all that, going back and forth, trolling each other until one of y'all got up in y'all feelings and it became serious. So, yeah.
So proud of you.
And
you could have left the last part out.
No, I'm not leaving no part out because I'm being honest and transparent about it, even if you don't want to hear it or not. But as you could see, it's very easy for me to hold myself accountable. But what about the? Hold on. No. We're not gonna do this. You see how easy it was for me to listen to what you said, right, and understand where you coming from, right? Think about it logically and articulate it back logically, right, while I hold myself accountable. Then right after that, right, instead of you going back in knowledge to say, I was a part of that as well too, and I can hold myself accountable. Instead of you saying that, you went back and say, well, that's cool, I'll stuff the last part. Even right now in the chat, after me acknowledge that, guess what? Sweet, she said, thank you, I appreciate that, but she never acknowledged her part in it. And I'm pretty sure that she's not going to do it. Or anybody else who supported this. I'm pretty sure they're not going to acknowledge it.
What? No, that's not fair. Because one.
Well, how's it not fair? Fur is fur, right?
Because Mr. Long, okay,
but
here's fur
is fur, right? Right?
What you did was, yes, fair is fair. However, okay, what you didn't do. Okay, no, that's not what I'm going to say. If it was so easy, okay, for you to be accountable, I feel like in the moment when you could have done something different, you would have done it. Now, I'm not judging you because I do it too. It's not, I can admit, even though I hate it, that it's not easy for me to hold myself accountable. And that's all I wanted to say. We not going to act like it's just so easy for you when we clearly know that it ain't.
You got to be trolling me, right?
I'm not. I promise you, I'm not.
You got to be trolling me at this moment, right?
I'm not trolling you. I promise you. I'm talking to you like we talking on the phone right now. We being honest.
So how are you gonna tell me if it's not easy for me to do that, right? Well, when I clearly display that to you that it is, and I mean every word of it. It wasn't. I didn't do it to make a point or anything like that. I did it. Mm-hmm. I did it because I listened to you. I listened to understand what you're coming from, and I understand where you're coming from. And I'm like, you know what? You're correct. You're absolutely correct.
Okay.
So let me hold myself accountable for that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna double talk for a second. It's not always about what we want. Okay. Sometimes people need to have, their golden time of day or whatever. Right. However, I feel like if it was truly easy, Mr. Lounge, in the moment where, because I feel like if you would have did it then, we wouldn't be here now. Now that's just how I feel. If you would have just been like, you know what, this is going too far, and I know you were a little upset, even though you acting like, oh, I just didn't care. You was upset, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you would have done it then, we would all this other extra stuff wouldn't have happened.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, what else you have on the topic, Vance?
Oh no, I ain't got nothing else. I feel like problem has been addressed. I don't know about resolved, but because everybody in the chat trolling, but other
Yeah,
than that,
and this is a testimony of this. You know what I'm saying? Like even right now, everybody in the chat, they chatting, talking, and doing their thing and stuff, right? But it only become an issue when different people become triggered. You know what I mean? When they get up in their feelings. And then that's when it becomes an issue. Then all of a sudden I have to be Daddy Urban and sit up here be a damn daddy to everybody. Because that's literally what y'all want me to do. Y'all want me to be Daddy Urban. Y'all want me to be the goddamn daddy, pull out the down belt and tell y'all to sit y'all ass down and shut the hell up and stop that.
No, who said that? I will say Miss Annette, she does trigger me, but for a good reason. And I just want you to read her comment. And I think, maybe you should meditate on that.
I'm not reading no comment because you told me to.
I ain't saying you have to read it out loud. I'm saying just read her comment because I'm not going to say how I feel about Miss Annette. I ain't going to tell y'all what I think.
Could you at least ask me to read the comment? What the hell?
Okay, fine. Mr. Lounge, can you read Miss Annette's comment in the chat?
No. Shit.
Lord, okay. You should read it though. Because she she hit the nail on.
You said she hit the nail on the coffin?
You know what I'm trying to.
You said she shot the 3-point shot, she won the game?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
There's something going on. Let me stop. But yeah, I think she said, what needed to be said.
Yeah. So how come women do that too, by the way? And this is a generalized statement. How come women do that? How come women always go to another woman to try to acknowledge their point and think that their point is so profound when they acknowledge it?
Well, in this case, Miss Annette recently said something to me that hit me on a little spiritual level. And I think she has a gift. Why are you laughing? I'm so serious. And
what gift do you think she have?
Well, if I tell you, you ain't gonna listen. And I, I'm just
Vance, God damn it, Vance, I'm up here right now listening to you.
Okay, fine.
So what are you
I
talking
think
about?
she is a seer in the spirit. Why do I say that? Because she I don't know her, but I have spoken to her before, and I did not take heed to the wisdom that she was trying to give to me. And she has said a lot of things that has gotten under my skin, and I didn't realize that it got under my skin because it was true. So I'm just saying, I think you should, read what she's saying and, just kind of see. You ain't got to. She said a lot of stuff in this chat. She said a whole lot. But I think you need to read one of them comments, and maybe just, I don't know, go on your little, personal life and think about it, reflect.
See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about right here for real. This is
I'm
what I'm
finna go,
talking about.
y'all.
Look,
Because Mr. Logic finna get me in trouble with
look,
Jesus because he
look.
want to do
No,
this.
this is no, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The textbook example what I'm talking about, y'all. Now look, every time where I give the same type of thought provoking content, every time I challenge accountability or different things like that, right? Guess what? Urban, you're wrong. Urban, you need to watch your tone. Urban this and urban that. But when it be a woman who says something similar to that nature, oh man, girl, you cook. But what's that saying? What's the thing you be talking about? That crazy shit y'all be talking about? Clock it. Wild as hell.
Wow. So you gonna act like I've never agreed with you, ever?
Oh, you agreed with me. You agree with me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take that away from you.
So what I'm gonna say is, instead of you trying to make it like, oh, we just, woman ganging up on you, how about the same way you? It's not just me. It's plenty of people that don't always agree with everything you say, but I've seen plenty of women agree with some of the things you say, and we like, yeah, I just think you should do the same thing. That's all.
Sure,
It
boss.
to me in leadership, because you say you doing God's work, okay, you the leader for the men, okay, mental,
I
emotional
am
health,
doing God's work.
self-care, okay, right. So in leadership, a good leader not only gives advice to the flock, all right, but they also you know take from the flock, and not just things that benefit their pockets or their ego, but also their spirit. You are saying that your commentary is to build other men up, okay,
Correct.
hold everybody accountable.
Correct.
You also we and some people think I shouldn't, but there are certain things certain people can say that I may not always say out in the open who it is, where I feel like, okay, I need to, they're holding me accountable. I don't like it, but I'm not so proud that I, don't know that I am also human and I'm not perfect. And, if I'm going to be able to give criticism or constructive criticism, that when it comes my way, take it, you know, be
Hmm.
wise, don't be a fool who can't nobody tell anything to, don't
Hmm.
do that to yourself.
I agree.
You know
I
that.
agree. I agree. Also, Annette, she said this, and I do agree with her on this. She said, actually, honest work is God work. And the reason why I agree with her on that is because we're actually saying the same as that thing, but her being a woman, she always wants to take things and reshape it so she could get the wow moment and stuff. Y'all know how y'all do that weird shit that y'all do.
So I'm laughing at you. The chat. Look, Selena up here instigate talking about some Lionel hit the link. I'm finna go
And
because
here's hold up. So
what?
Solo say this. He said, "Look, standing firm in what you believe is not closing your ears, and that is also facts." I agree with that
Now
as
I
well
agree
too.
with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that
But
too, wholeheartedly.
this is actually
Then
a
also,
productive conversation.
oh yeah, it was. It was pretty productive. It was pretty productive. Oh, so you got anything else, Von? So you tapping out now finally?
Yeah, I'm gone. I think that I'm gonna just say this, Mr. Lounge. Okay, I ain't been, but just know there's some people praying for you, okay, in the spirit, and I'm gonna keep you in my prayers. And
Wait a minute.
now
Hold on.
what?
Whoa. Who's praying for me?
People in my
It
church,
depends.
because
No,
you know,
it depends. Whoa, hold on. It depends on who's praying for me because I don't want any of people praying for me because some people be praying
I
some
am
bullshit
hollering.
prayers.
I am hollering.
I'm not. I'm dead serious because
I know you are.
sometimes y'all alleged Christian people be working witchcraft, be sitting up here praying spells and stuff
Lord have
where
mercy.
people have things happen to, because I didn't seen it, and I also heard it
Mr.
on
Lounge,
YouTube as well too.
Real
talk.
nobody want nothing to
Real
happen
talk.
to you. What is wrong with you?
I'm being real. That's why I asked. I'm not.
this.
No. That's why I asked, because the Bible also said, "Do not let no man lay their hands suddenly on you," meaning that not only not for them to anoint you, but also you have to check people's prayers, because people's prayers is not
Right.
in great attentions neither.
Right. No,
what
I
if
agree
what
with
if
that.
everything that's going on in my
agree
life
with
is the way? Hold on. What if everything that's going on in my life is the way that God meant it to go, and you praying against that?
Well, I'm gonna say this at the end of any of my prayers. I say, Lord, your will be done and not thine own. Okay. But no, I agree with you. You know, everybody shouldn't pray over you, but I am sincere when I say, you know, I got a couple of y'all on the prayer list, you know, because but it's not, what you think it is. It's just, like you said, where we all got these little gifts now, Mr. Lounge. Don't be trying to, switch it up now, because Vaughn is actually walking in her calling on some type of level. Okay. And if that's saying we need to pray for such and such, okay, you don't do that. Okay, you the one say we chosen and all this and that.
Who said that y'all
I'm
was chosen?
hollering.
I didn't. Hold on. I didn't ever say nobody was chosen. The shit. What were you talking about?
See, okay, so y'all now who being disingenuous? Because you said that on SBK panel. You said, Vaughn, you and I, we a part of the chosen, and we can't fight our own battles. We gotta let God do it. So you was trolling. You was just what was you doing?
Vance, I'm going according to what you said a few seconds ago. God damn it!
What I say?
Stop making this complicated. Yes,
okay.
I did. Yes, I did acknowledge on the show that we are part of the chosen, but that wasn't what I was talking about in that context. Yep. Yeah, I'm done with you, Vance. Shit.
No, you ain't. You can't be done with me.
Where Jim at, man? Tell Jim to come get. Go fix Jim a sandwich. How about that? My boy deserves.
I'm
a sandwich.
laughing.
You
I'm laughing at SBK.
Wait a minute. How long?
SBK.
How long you been up here with me? Almost like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours or so, man. Go fix my boy a sandwich. Matter of fact, he deserves a steak. Go get him a steak.
I know you didn't when you need to be somewhere with Mrs. Urban, okay, and not on YouTube worried about if people think you hate women or not.
She is out right now. She is actually out right now, and she's on the way home. Clock it, like you say.
You know what? I don't say that. My 10-year-old daughter says that. But what I will
you
say
said
is,
it. You were saying it.
When did I say that?
You said it in the past. You kept saying it a lot in the past. Talking about clock it and things. Clock it. Oh, you stopped saying that now? That's not cool to say anymore? If you stop,
I say that every. I don't say that.
Stop,
my daughter
cool.
says that. In fact, I think I got it from her.
Yep. Hey, if you stop saying that, then that is cool. I'm glad that you grew up. I'm glad. Clock it. But all right, then, man. Vance, go ahead and fix my boy one dinner and stuff. What he have for dinner tonight?
Bye, Mr. Lounge. Chicken and rice. Okay, but what I got to say to you is, you need to be, somewhere thinking about all this, okay, and not just using it for content, okay, because,
What?
But
Vance, what the heck? Vaughn, stop trolling me. Bye. Get off this panel. You trolling me at this point.
I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Jeez Louise. Damn. Lord. But once again, appreciate everybody who tuned into the live. Right now, this was the second half of the live where I allow people to come in and call in. You know what? I'll drop the link one more time. This will be my last time dropping the link for tonight. If you want to come up here and have a conversation with Urban, by all means, you can want to come up here and we'll have a conversation dealing with this topic that we're talking about, okay? Not just some random stuff, all right? So if you want to come in and have a conversation with me, by all means, I have the link drop on. You can want to call in. Now I'll give you about 7 minutes to want to come up here. If you're not up here in 7 minutes, then we'll be done and we'll end the show. By the way, are y'all enjoying the content tonight? If you're enjoying the content tonight, I appreciate that a whole lot. Appreciate it a whole lot. I appreciate it even more for those of y'all who are in the building right now, is to just simply hit the thumbs up, man. Because once again, when you hit the thumbs up, it will let the YouTube algorithm know that you want more of this thought-provoking content over here, okay? I know that this content, it could be different and stuff. It's different from, you know, what some people normally watch and stuff, but this is what we do over here at the lounge, all right, where we have adult conversations, you know what I'm saying? Where we could sit up here, have adult conversations without getting all mad, and it turns into beefing and all this weird stuff that be happening on the YouTube streets, all right? So we do this every time over here. Mainly the show over here, we talk about men, mental health over here. We also promote advocacy for men, because I believe that men do not have a strong foundational representation like they should have for that. The only other spaces that men have that is dealing with the red pill and the manosphere communities, which, to be honest with you, there are things that they talk about over there that I honestly don't agree with, and I believe that it's not productive at all, and it's causing, you know, what we call a gender war. But over here at the lounge, when I talk about these conversations, my whole intentions behind it is for us to come together with a commonality, with a simple goal in mind, where we could coexist together. Because at the end of the day, we need to coexist together for humanity purposes, and that's on facts. That's facts. That's facts, absolutely. And then she said, everybody, I think being a politician is an avenue you should explore. So you think being a politician is my next calling as well too? Damn.
What?
That's crazy. Now, the reason why that's crazy is because you're not the only one who have said that, and that a lot of other people have said that as well too. A lot of people have said that as well too, you know. But that's by me seeing how political affairs is being handled, and also seeing how good people end up being corrupt in these spaces. That's why I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to deal with it, because if I do that, I'll be pissing everybody off up in there in Capitol Hill. That being the fire me at Capitol Hill for real, for all the stuff that I'll be thinking about and saying that loud. I ain't lying. Hey, SBK, to my head now, everybody going to put tariffs on everybody. Tariffs on everybody. Hey, SBK calling me on Trump like I ain't nothing. Goddamn, bro. Shit.
That's bullshit.
Damn. That's wild as hell. You said I got the bull down to a T. Speaking of which, y'all, my moderators, SBK, Thrive, will go with Joe, Lionel, Make sure that y'all drop y'all respected channels in the chat as well too. If y'all want more of this thought-provoking content, it don't stop here at the lounge, okay? Once again, if y'all want more of this thought-provoking content, it don't stop here at the lounge. Make sure you want to tune into this respected content creators channel. We got SBK, the Silverback King. We got Thrive and Go with Joe, who's in the building as well too. Respected content creator. We also got Queen the Queen as well too in the building as well too. Respected content creator. We got Lionel in the building as well, the respected content creator. And so we also got Selena in the building too. I also respected content creator. So if you want more of this thought-provoking content, make sure that you sub up to these all these content creators channels that I'm mentioning right now. And if I missed out on y'all, if I didn't mention you, my apologies. By all means, drop y'all channels in the chat right now so people could tune in to your channels, okay? Make sure you drop your channels in the chat so people could tune into your channels. Make sure people could tune into Tap In Podcast as well too. Normally on Fridays I'll be over there at Tap In Podcast, but lately since I've been taking my DJing stuff seriously, I haven't been able to actually be over there, but I catch the replay. Tap In Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to fully support them over there. All right. So make sure you go over there and check them out. Tap In Podcast. Check out Queen to Queen. Check out Thrive and Go with Joe. Check out Lineup. Make sure you journey into the Subverse as well too. Check him out as well too. Very, very talented writer as well too. Selena. Make sure you go over there and check out her one channel as well too. Any other content creator that's in the building, y'all. All these content creators that I'm mentioning to y'all right now, trust me, they have the stamp of approval from Urban, for real. They really do. Trust me. When y'all go over there, when y'all sub up over there, when y'all sub up over there, trust me, you are going to get a delicious treat. For real, you're going to get a delicious meal. Not only you're going to be entertained, but you are going to get thought-provoking content too. That's going to inspire you. It's going to change you. It's going to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to do all them things all together. So I don't want y'all to miss out on that. I don't want y'all to just be only stuck at the lounge. All right, check out these other content creators. Okay, trust me on that. All right. So nobody else haven't hit the link, so that's all good. The stuff once again, appreciate everybody tuning into the one show tonight. Thank you for all the everybody who called in tonight. Appreciate y'all calling in, sharing with me y'all perspective. I appreciate the chat participated tonight as well too, and also I appreciate each and every last one of y'all who are catching the replay of the stream too. All right. Make sure y'all sub up to my other channels as well too. I have the Urban Lounge Podcast clips channels where I have nothing but shorts and clips of me saying some crazy stuff over there. So y'all go over there and sub up to that channel. And also make sure y'all sub up to my DJing channel, DJ Urban T as well too. Over there in that channel, that's where I display my DJing skills while I be out doing my DJing sets, and sometimes I do DJ sets over there on YouTube as well too. So make sure y'all check out their respective channels as well too. So other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the show. We will see y'all again on the next episode. Make sure you have your notifications set when I go live again. Y'all have a great and wonderful night.